Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. For this Sunday lunchtime kickoff, we have the meeting of Blackburn Rovers and Leicester City in the Championship. Blackburn under John Dahl Thomason have had a lacklustre start to the season in the league after 3 wins in their opening 8, with 2 of them coming at home to West Brom and Middlesbrough. Despite poor league form, the club have reached the 4th round of the League Cup, where they will take on Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge. At the start of the weekend, Leicester were sitting top of the pile with Ipswich alongside them with 7 wins from their first 8. The Foxes have won all 4 of their first 4 away games in the league and will want to continue their flawless record today. Even though they lost to Liverpool in the week in the Carabao Cup, confidence should still be sky high after a great start to the season under new manager Enzo Maresca. Today marks the 100th meeting between these two sides, and it's Blackburn who have the upper hand in the head-to-head as they have won 39 compared to Leicester's 35. So, in game 100 between Blackburn and Leicester, will either team go on and take all 3 points? Blackburn were up there last season in the playoff spots. They are currently just slightly behind that in 14th at the minute. Leicester dropped to 2nd place as well due to Ipswich's draw yesterday away at Huddersfield. So they could regain top spot with a win today. A loss would keep them 2nd, just behind the newly promoted side. But it's a big game today with Leicester doing so well away from home to start season. Their only loss in the season was at home to Hull City, who are also getting off to a decent start as well. The Tigers, who currently sit 5th in the table, but we are focusing on Blackburn and Leicester at Ewood Park. Once a Premier League ground, once a Premier League winning stadium. Under the days of the likes of Alan Shearer, you may remember, playing up with Chris Sutton up front. So I'm just setting out the notes for the game. There we go. We are just, though, under 5 minutes away from kickoff. Obviously, yesterday's commentary was quite the spectacle, with Spurs beating Liverpool 2-1 in the last minute. So much controversy. It was absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, the Premier League and the refereeing, I think it's PGMOL. I think that's the organisation. They came out and apologised for the Luis Diaz goal. That should have been onside and given. And I remember watching it yesterday, commentating. And when a decision like that happened, you just presume that VAR have got it right with, the technology they have to get these decisions correct. And at the time, I did think Luis Diaz was onside until, and then they gave it as offside. So I just presumed that Diaz had overran into an offside position, but clearly VAR got it so wrong, and it's so embarrassing. And Liverpool were so unlucky, because now looking back, the Jota red card was very harsh, had barely minimal contact on the first yellow card. And Curtis Jones, I think that's just up for debate, really. The position where his foot finishes on the leg and the ankle of Basuma is really dangerous, but he got the ball first and gone over the top of the ball. So it's debating. That was yesterday anyway. It was a great game. It was a cracking spectacle, as I said before. So, but we're moving down a division into the Championship, as we will be covering Blackburn Rovers against Leicester City. I'll go through the lineups now in a little bit more detail for you, as it is all on the screen already. In goal is going to be Ainsley Pears. He's played all the minutes so far in the Championship with a 1 clean sheet, which came away from home at Watford. Right back is going to be Callum Britton, in for Rankin Costello, who drops to the bench. 2 centre-backs of Hayden Carter and Dominic Hyam, with left-back Harry Pickering, making his 8th appearance in the Championship. He was sent off in Game 3 against Hull in their home defeat here a few weeks ago. Lewis Travis and Adam Wharton will continue as the 2 holding midfielders, with 3 behind the striker of Dylan Markande, who comes in after scoring 2 goals in the League Cup so far this season, one against Harrogate and one in their midweek win against Cardiff at home. On the left is going to be Arnor Sigurdsson, who's got off to a fantastic start in his career at Blackburn, signed on loan from CSKA Moscow. He scored 2 goals in his first 2 games, one at Ipswich last week in their 4-3 defeat, and then one in the League Cup in the midweek 5-2 win against Cardiff. And then in behind the striker is going to be Andy Moran, signed from Brighton on loan. He has started 3 of the last 4 games. He got 2 goals and 2 assists in midweek against Cardiff, so he has been rewarded with the start this lunchtime kickoff. And then up front is usually playing in a centre attacker midfield role, but he's going to be playing up front today. He's going to be Sammy Smodics, the 28-year-old, making his 50th appearance for the club. He's already on 5 goals so far this season, 2 braces coming against Rotherham and Middlesbrough, and he also scored last week against Ipswich away. And you can see the substitutes are just below. And then for Leicester, it's going to be Mads Hermansson in goal, signed in the summer for £6 million for Brøndby. Back 4 of Ricardo Pereira without Fas, Yannick Vestergaard and James Justin, who comes in for the injured Callum Doyle, who's going to be out for 10 to 12 weeks with an injury. The loanee from Manchester City. Midfield 3 of Wilfred Ndidi, Harry Winks, Kane and Dewsbury Hall. And then a front 3 of Abdul Fatawu, signed on loan from Sporting Lisbon for the season. On the left is going to be Steffi Mavididi, who was signed in the summer as well from Montpellier. And then up front, the main man, number 9, been here now for over 11 years, signed from Fleetwood for £1 million. It is Jamie Vardy, who has scored 2 goals so far this season. 2 in the previous 3 games against Southampton away and Bristol City last week in their 1-0 home win against them. Scored a penalty in the 67th minute. So they're the 2 lineups. The 2 benches and substitutes are just below the lineup sheet on screen. And we are ready to get underway for Blackburn against Leicester in the Championship. It's game week 9 of the season. Blackburn were 14th at the start of the weekend. They are now 17th due to other teams playing before them, but a point would put them up to 15th on goal difference. A win would take them all the way up to 11th. So they could really get a spring up the table here, Blackburn, with a win, but it won't be easy playing Leicester at home. As we've kicked off, with Blackburn kicking right to left, Leicester left to right. It's Blackburn to start the game on the ball with Andy Moran on the edge of the 18-yard box, plays it forward to Adam Wharton, who goes to the right to Britton, who has it at right back midway side his own half. He goes inside again to Moran, who's dropping slightly deeper for the ball, the loanee from Brighton, playing in the attacking midfield position today for Blackburn, as they get it out to the right-hand side here to Britton, getting forward from right back on halfway, poking it forward now to Makande. It works it out wide right here for Blackburn. Ball inside for Smodics, just goes behind him and it's picked up by Fatawu, but then he's lost it again to Smodics, who then lets fly from 25 yards, blocked by Harry Winks. It will come out to the left-hand side to Pickering. Back heel down the line from Sigurdsson, looking for Andy Moran. It's well won back by Pereira. It's now fast on the edge of the 18-yard box. Winks can now turn forward. Vardy into Ndidi. Gets bullied off the ball by Sigurdsson. Taking too long on the ball there, the Nigerian. This is Blackburn in possession, just 10 yards away from the halfway line. With Wharton nearly found there by Britton, but the pass was intercepted by Dewsbury Hall, who goes inside to Mavididi. Slide tackled unfairly there, says the referee, Adam Wharton. Not best pleased with the decision. Did look like he got a good chunk of the ball there, as Leicester have taken the free kick quickly towards Ndidi, but he lets the ball run under his foot, and he loses out here, the Nigerian. And it's now Sigurdsson on the left. The number 7 for Blackburn on loan this season from CSKA Moscow. As we're on the halfway line now, and we go back into the Blackburn half with Dominic Heim. He's got the 8 starts so far this season. Started every game in the Championship as Leicester win the ball back here momentarily until it's regained here by Ainsley Pears in the Blackburn goal. And he rolls it out quickly to Adam Wharton, who turns forward midway inside his own half, plays a ball to Andy Moran, Takes it on the turn, moves it away from Fatawu, but the misplaced pass falls to James Justin for Leicester. It's now Ricardo Pereira who comes inside from right back into a central midfield role, but he loses it with a misplaced pass. And as Smodix tries to feed it through to Markande, it runs right through to Hermansen in the Leicester goal. And it remains 0-0, 2.5 minutes in. No shots yet on either goal. Both teams still just settling into the game. So Hermansen plays the ball forward. Ball around the corner to Vardy. Lays it off out wide. Right to Ndidi. Ball into the path of Fatawu. Number 18. Early ball. He goes for it. It's a lifted one and it has to be tipped over the bar. Abdul Fatawu, who's on loan this season from Sporting Lisbon. He started the last game against Bristol City and he started again. Just onside. The referee kept the flag down. And on the right wing position, he's gone for an early cross towards Vardy. Completely miscued it, but then ended up aiming towards goal. And it had to be just parried over the crossbar there by Ainsley Pears, who was taking no chances with that one, ensuring the ball was not going in the back of his net. Would have been a fortunate goal. The cross turned into shot, but the goalkeeper was equal to it, and it'll be a corner here on the near side for Dewsbury Hall to take, and he'll take it short to Fatawu. Left-footed ball, far post. Wout Faes wins the header, bottom right corner, and Leicester take an early lead. It's as simple as that from the set piece. And Wout Faes scores. It's his first goal of the season. Only second in Leicester colours. But it was well too easy for Leicester. Short ball to Fatawu, who wasn't closed down quick enough by Markande. Just floated the ball into the far post, into the 6-yard box. And the number 3, Wout Faes, got up the highest, headed it back towards the far post. And the goalkeeper, Ainsley Pears, I think got a slight touch on it, but not enough of a hand to parry it away from goal. And under 5 minutes in, it's Blackburn 0, Leicester City 1. And it's Wout Faes, the centre-back, with the goal. Just got above Dominic Hyam there, Wout Faes. And he was up there with Yannick Vestergaard, so if Wout Faes had missed it, then the Dane was just behind him. But Wout Faes was there to head it home, 3.5 minutes in. The goal. And Leicester return to the top of the Championship. This would put them 2 points clear of Ipswich in second place, who drew yesterday to Huddersfield Town. So Blackburn have got some work to do. They've got it now. Get it out to the right winger here, Markande. Midway inside the Leicester half. He goes inside to Adam Wharton. He'll go to his left now to Harry Pickering. He's just come inside from left back. He'll play his ball through to Smodix. His touch is misplaced and he loses out with a Leicester clearance up towards Vardy. Won back though by Hyam. Really good ball there though from Abdul Fatawu, who won the corner from a misplaced cross. He was aiming towards Vardy, but he actually nearly went into the back of the net. And it was tipped over the bar by Pears. That time he got the cross right, straight onto the head of Wout Faes, who heads home. As mentioned previously, Leicester have won all 4 of their opening away games in the Championship. And they're going to continue that. So far, away from home, they've beat Huddersfield, Rotherham, Southampton and Norwich. And now they're leading at Blackburn. Ainsley Pears, big kick up the field, aiming towards Smodix, who will chase Wout Faes towards the 18-yard box in the Leicester half. But Wout Faes can calmly head it back to Mads Hermansen. And he'll roll it out to Vestergaard, who will dribble forward and lay it off to the left back, James Justin. Down the line it goes to Dewsbury Hall, and Justin gets the return and goes back to his own goalkeeper here in the 18-yard box, Hermansen. He'll be pressed by Smodix. He'll find Justin again at left back towards the corner flag. He's been tackled here by Markande, and in the last touch comes off Justin, and it'll be a corner kick for Blackburn. Leicester City trying to play from the back there, but ran out of room in the left back area. And it was well won by Markande, who takes it short. And it works out to Adam Wharton on the angle. Ball into the box, finds Smodix towards the byline, pulls it across, and it's deflected for another corner. They went short with the first one. It looks like it'll be a better option if they just relax here, Blackburn, take their time, get this ball in the box. They've just conceded from a corner, so they'd like to level it up by scoring from one themselves. It's going to be a glided ball towards the far post, towards Smodix. Header won by Dewsbury Hall. Ball finds Andy Moran. And it's his shot is blocked by Wout Faes on the 6-yard line. And it will deflect out to Sigurdsson on the left-hand side. Turns Dewsbury Hall. Got a chance to run towards the byline. He'll put a low cross in, blocked by James Justin and volleyed away by Dewsbury Hall to avoid another corner. And it'll be retrieved by Ainsley Pears in the Blackburn goal, who ventures out towards the halfway line to keep the ball moving. It's now Travis, the Blackburn captain, on the ball in the centre circle. Gets out to the right now to Dylan Markande. He looks for a ball down the right channel. Callum Britton wasn't quite on the same wavelength there. He'd gone to make the run down the right-hand side, then stopped thinking that the ball wasn't on. But before that, the ball was already played, and just a bit of miscommunication there. But an expert header from Wout Faes at the far post, headed across goal. Enzo Maresca, absolutely delighted. The 43-year-old head coach as Leicester lose it in the 18-yard box. Moran with a cross, headed by Smodics down the throat of Hermansson. Given away there, I think, by Wout Faes in the 18-yard box. You know, they take risks, Leicester, because they do know they have added quality in their team against a lot of championship sides. It's actually Harry Winks who played the short pass towards Wout Faes. Andy Moran got there, crossed it towards the penalty spot, and they've lost it again in the box. Harry Winks loses it. Smodics with the shot! And the goal has gone in, and it's an equaliser. Sammy Smodics with the goal. He's got off to a fantastic start this season, Smodics. That's his 6th goal in the Championship in his 9th appearance. It's back-to-back goals. He scored last week at Ipswich, and he scores at home again against Leicester. They were just caught out in possession 30 seconds ago, and from a goal kick, it's happened again. Hermansson had it. He was closed down by Smodics, who played it forward towards Harry Winks, who was pickpocketed fairly by Travis, and he was tackled by Pereira. But the tackle from the Portuguese fullback fell right into the path of Smodics, who took 2 touches and then a left-footed shot into the bottom right corner. No chance for Hermansson, as Smodics was only around 8 or 9 yards out from goal. And despite going behind 3 minutes in, they're level in the 9th minute. It's Blackburn 1, Leicester 1. Smodics with the goal. Literally, a minute before that goal, Leicester had just given the ball away from playing out from the back from Harry Winks. And it happened again. Harry Winks given the ball in a really dangerous area. Couldn't move it quick enough. He was tackled by Travis, who was then tackled himself by Pereira. But the ball ended up deflecting over to Smodics, who very calmly took 2 touches to shape himself up for the shot. And in the back of the net it went. And it's 1-1 at Ewood Park. Really, in the goals this season, Sammy Smodics. It's his 6th of the season. All of them coming in the Championship. A long ball forward for Leicester. Out of play as they were aiming for Fatawu in the Leicester right wing position. Blackburn play out from the back in the 6-yard box with Ainsley Pears not being pressed here by Leicester as he sends a diagonal ball out to the left towards Harry Pickering, loses the header to Ricardo Pereira, fall to Fatawu midway side the Blackburn half, who heads it back towards Pereira, dispossessed by Sigurdsson, who will drive forward for Blackburn, enters the Leicester half, and as he tries to drive inside, he's been caught there by Abdul Fatawu, who got the assist for the Leicester opener, brings down Arnor Sigurdsson, and it'll be a free kick for Blackburn. Really good start to his Blackburn career, Arnor Sigurdsson, the Icelandic international. Got 2 goals in his first 2 games for Blackburn Rovers. Won against Ipswich last week in a heartbreaking loss, really, for Blackburn, who were 3-1 down at one point in the game. They made it back to 3-3 until losing it with 10 minutes to go at Ipswich, as they've lost it here with Sigurdsson. Now Fatawu plays it into the path of Vardy in the box on the right side. It's a tight angle for a shot, so he'll go for a cross, and it's sent away there by Carter in the 18-yard box as it was aimed towards Dewsbury Hall. And Blackburn play now with Sigurdsson, going back towards his 18-yard box, plays it across to Wharton, who goes forward towards the right side to Markande, lays it off to Smodics, then out to right back Britton, still just inside the Blackburn half here. He'll play a ball forward to Travis, great ball, now in the centre circle. He lays it off to Wharton, forward to Andy Moran, out to the left we go to Sigurdsson. Into the final third here on the left-hand side. He's got the overlap of Pickering, and he'll find the left back. He'll go inside now to Travis, about 22 yards away from goal. He'll go across to his midfield partner, Wharton. Back out to Sigurdsson. Helped on once more to Pickering, who will go for a low cross. It comes off Wout Faes and volleyed away by Ndidi to the edge of the box where Wharton will win the header. It'll drop to Moran, who heads it forward to Smodics. Chests it down, turns, wants to shoot, can't shoot, tackled. Mavididi, his tackle has been deflected forward, and Moran strikes on the angle on the left side of the box, and it will go for a Leicester goal kick. Bit scrappy there, and as Mavididi went in for the tackle, Britton met him with it, and it deflects off Britton into the box. And here we go again. Leicester goal kick. Will they try and play again? It'll be taken by Vestergaard. who will go to Hermansen in the 6-yard box. Can Blackburn capitalise again? No, they won't, because Hermansen will go long this time in behind. Looking for Mavididi. Ainsley Pears comes out of his box to clear. Probably a clever option there from Leicester City to not play out from their back again, as they've lost it the last 2 times they've done it, and one of those 2 times they conceded from. But now for Sammy Smodics, that's his 6th goal of the season in the Championship. Last season he only got 5, which shows the improvement in his game, already bettering his overall tally for last season in the Championship. And interestingly, Sammy Smodics actually scored against Leicester last season. These 2 sides did meet last season in the FA Cup 5th round. Blackburn won at King Power 2-1. Tyrese Dolan and Smodics got the goals. Iheanacho did get one back for Leicester, but it wasn't enough, and Blackburn did proceed through. Ended up reaching the quarter-finals of the FA Cup, where they were beaten away from home against Sheffield United. Here's Vestergaard on halfway for Leicester. Drives into the Blackburn half. He's tackled by Moran. Chance here. Vestergaard out of position. Andy Moran drives forward. He's got Markande to his right. Smodics to the left. He goes to Markande. Edge of the box. Shapes up for the shots. And it aimed towards the near post. And it's an easy save in the end for Hermansen. Unfortunate there from Dylan Markande, the right winger for Blackburn, who did score in the week against Cardiff in the League Cup. Couldn't quite get the ball in the back of the net this time, as Leicester now break forward themselves. Ndidi on the right side for Leicester. Goes for a switch ball out to the left. Can he find Mavididi? He's asking a lot of the left winger. You can't quite keep it in. And he'll concede the goal kick for Blackburn. Really poor from Vestergaard, just driving into traffic in the centre circle. He's picked up by Andy Moran, who has collected 2 goals and 2 assists himself in the week against Cardiff. And he was looking for another assist there as he laid it off to Markande. And there's another chance here for Sigurdsson down the left side for Blackburn. Midway inside the Leicester half. He drives forward to the edge of the box, wanting to shoot. He lays it off instead to Callum Britton, who's got forward from right back, corner of the box, crosses, deflects, cleared by Vestergaard and helped on away. Only as far as Hyam. It's now Pickering for Blackburn, midway inside the Leicester half. He has Wharton in support. Now with Britton, who drifts inside from right back. Goes back out to Travis. And Blackburn just reached out on halfway with Carter. Ball forward by Wharton. Chipped over the defence of Leicester out left to Pickering, who chops inside, and he's been brought down there by Fatawu. And I think he'll go in the book now. I'm not sure if the cards are out yet for the referee. Yeah, he is. He's already got the yellow. Abdul Fatawu conceded the foul a few minutes ago on Sigurdsson. And this time he's brought down Pickering. I do believe Abdul Fatawi was going for the ball there, the Leicester right winger, but just misplaced the challenge, and he concedes the free kick here on the left side of the box. So on the angle, I always believe these are a good free kick to have a shot from. You know, make the players run across the ball and just try and fire one towards goal. Sammy Smodics, the goal scorer for Blackburn, who got the equaliser, stood over it for the right-footed option. Adam Wharton, the holding midfielder, is over it for the left-footed option. As Leicester need to defend here. Adam Wharton runs away from it. It'll be Smodics to go towards goal, and it's an easy catch in the 6-yard box for Hermansen. See the idea there of Smodics, but just needed a bit more pace on it if he was going to go for a challenging shot, or a bit less pace to give a chance for his side to have a chance to get on the end of it. But so far, Leicester have had 1 shot from the Voutfast header and they've scored. Blackburn have had 6 shots, 3 on target, 65% possession so far. So Blackburn are the team dominating. Just shows that Leicester are clinical when they get forward. Especially from that set piece there through Voutfast, the 6'2" Belgian. There's Vestergaard in the centre circle, just inside the Leicester half. Looking for a pass. Plays it into Winks on halfway. Vestergaard gets the return. As Leicester just want to get some possession of their own here. So it's Voutfast at right centre back. Still just inside his own half here. As Leicester playing their full orange away strip. Now Yannick Vestergaard, number 23. He's played all the minutes so far in the Championship for Leicester. You know, it didn't seem like he had a future at the club under Brendan Rodgers after he turned down a move last season to Fulham. Had a major fallout. Only played 3 first-team games, 0 of them in the Premier League. But now, under Enzo Maresca, Yannick Vestergaard has been trusted and he's getting minutes under his belt now. Got a contract till the end of the season, and if he continues performing in this way, he will probably be rewarded with another deal. as it's just Leicester in their own half with possession here. It's now with Yannick Vestergaard again, receiving it from Hermansen. Dinks it into Harry Winks, who will pass the halfway line, looking towards the Leicester left. He's got Mavididi with him, and he'll play it towards the left winger, who will drive inside. Heavy touch allows the tackle, and it's not strong enough for a free kick, so it'll be a Leicester throw-in. Thrown back to the halfway line to Yannick Vestergaard, who will go across to Wout Faes. He looks towards the right side. It's a lifted dink ball over the top, looking for Fatawu. Loses out to Harry Pickering, who's then challenged by Fatawu illegally. And that'll be another free kick given against Fatawu, the Ghanaian international, who left his home country of Ghana in April 2022 to join Sporting Lisbon in Portugal. Did make the Ghana World Cup squad as well in Qatar. As Blackburn have the ball, and they lose it on halfway to Vestergaard, try to find a ball forward towards Travis. It's now Harry Winks on halfway, out to the left to James Justin, who's making only his second start of the season. His other start was against Southampton away from home in their 4-1 win against the Saints. It's now Wout Faes in a right back area. Chops back inside, looking for a pass. Not many options as he has to go back towards the 18-yard box to Mads Hermansen for Leicester City. A 23-year-old goalkeeper who won't be keeping a third clean sheet of the season in the league. One of his 2 clean sheets came last week against Bristol City in that home win, 1-0 from the penalty spot, Jamie Vardy. They actually were 2 clean sheets in a row. Leicester, they picked up one against Norwich as well in their last away game, which they won 2-0. Wout Faes passes the halfway line again, driving towards the Leicester left side. He keeps dribbling, he keeps going, Wout Faes towards the edge of the box. What a run this is. He keeps going, he needs to release it, and he does do so, poking it out wide right to Fatawu. Ndidi, back to Fatawu, wants to shoot, blocked shot, deflects towards the 18-yard box off Ndidi. And it's cleared by Markande. Only as far as Vestergaard, just inside the Leicester half. As Ricardo Pereira again just drops in from right back into midfield to play alongside Harry Winks, which allows Dewsbury Hall and Ndidi to get a bit further forward in midfield, as Vestergaard looking for a ball over the top of the Blackburn defence, but it's nodded backwards by Adam Wharton into the hands of his goalkeeper, and it's Blackburn in possession again. On the edge of the 18-yard box with Hayden Carter, joined at under-14s level, was previously at Manchester City at academy level. It's now with Moran, out to the right to Britton, forward to Markande, lays it off into Moran. Ball through into Sigurdsson on the left. He wants 3-3, the left winger. He'll take the shot on. Oh, he can't take the shot on. He tries to chop inside. Tackled by Pereira, but he keeps it alive, playing it to Pickering. He's got forward from left back. It's now Sigurdsson again in the final third. Ball inside to his right to Wharton. Tries to slip it through towards Pickering. It's deflected and cleared by Wout Faes and helped out to the right-hand side by Dewsbury Hall to Fatawu, who will drive forward in his pink majestic boots as he slows down and plays it back towards the halfway line to Dewsbury Hall as Blackburn Rovers get men behind the ball. And Leicester have to do some building again. So with Ricardo Pereira, the Portuguese international, has been at the club now for over 5 years after joining from Porto. Did come through the Sporting Lisbon Youth Academy. Ricardo Pereira, now at the age of 29. Well, his last goal was in Brendan Rodgers' last game for Leicester, Crystal Palace away, when they were in the Premier League. Ball inside now to Mavididi. Goes through the legs of Callum Britton, but he loses it to Travis, whose clearance forward's poor. Falls only as far as James Justin in the Blackburn half. It's now a Winks who's been forced back towards his own half. To a ball to Yannick Vestergaard. Ball forward into Ndidi on halfway. Blackburn very resolute in defence, as it's now Leicester's turn to just have some possession of the football. Just over 20 minutes in. We started with a Wout Faes header to put Leicester ahead in the 3.5 minute point. But then we had the equaliser for Blackburn Rovers not too long after in the 9th minute from Sammy Szmodics, capitalising on a mistake from Harry Winks, as it's now Ricardo Pereira for Leicester. Dinked ball out towards the left side, can't find Mavididi, and on the edge of the 18-yard box it's headed back towards his own goalkeeper by Callum Britton. Now rolled out to Wharton. Ball forward to Andy Moran, who will drive beyond the halfway line and again get it in behind Ricardo Pereira and find Sigurdsson on the left. Pickering's driving forward on the overlap. He'll drive inside. He'll play a ball across to the right to Szmodics. He gets the return there. Sigurdsson, his first pass has been intercepted by Fatawu, but drops back to Szmodics. He clips it out to the right. He finds Callum Britton, who tries to drive inside, but his touch is too heavy and the ball can run out for a goal kick. Decent little ball there from Szmodics. About 40 yards away from goal, dinked it out to the right, and he did find Callum Britton, but his touch was just slightly too heavy there, the Blackburn number 2. He was making his 6th start in a row in the Championship, Callum Britton, the right back, who did come off the bench in that FA Cup 5th round meeting last season against Leicester City. As Hermansen will send the ball forward. It's a long ball deep into the Blackburn half up towards Mavididi. Can't take it under control. It comes off Dominic Hyam. It's now with Hayden Carter at right back. Little chip ball forward towards Smodics, won by Vestergaard, and it's headed on by Vardy into a blue and white shirt, though, unfortunately, for Leicester. And it's now back in Blackburn possession with the goalkeeper, Ainsley Pears, who's goalkeeper, who's dad, Stephen Pears, who is a goalkeeper himself, was at United for 6 years in his career from 1979 to 1985, so runs in the family, becoming goalkeepers. So Ainsley Pears, following in his father's footsteps. It's now with Leicester in possession, just inside their own half here. Goes across to Vestergaard on the left. Had 2 League Cup games to start the season off, Leicester, where they beat Burton away from home in the first round, then Tranmere away in the second round, both 2-0, until being beaten against Leicester in the third round in the week. Against Liverpool, Heavy touch there from Dominic Hyam, and he just about takes away from Dewsbury Hall, but not Winks. Plays forward to Vardy. It's a very challenging ball to control, and he can't control it. And Blackburn can get on the break now with Andy Moran. Can't dribble past Ricardo Pereira on halfway. Now forward to Fatawu on the right. He's got Dewsbury Hall to the left. He'll play it to him midway inside the Blackburn half. He chops onto his right foot, plays a ball through towards Vardy, and it comes off Harry Pickering, who sends it behind for a corner. Just overran it there, Andy Moran on halfway, which allowed Leicester to get forward. And as the ball was played through towards Vardy, he was just intercepted by Harry Pickering. He was taking no chances. And the last corner Leicester took, they scored from in the 3rd minute through Wout Faes. The Belgians got forward to try and score again. It'll be an in-swinger from Dewsbury Hall. They're not going to go short this time. He's going to put it straight into the box and straight near the head of Wout Faes. Just goes beyond him and headed away by Blackburn. As far as the edge of the box to Harry Winks, who links up with Mavididi. It's back with Winks, poked forward to Justin on the left. Can't find a pass, and he'll play it out for a Blackburn throw. Really close for a double there for Wout Faes. He just went over his head. Wout Faes had got away from Lewis Travis. A free header he would have had in the 6-yard box, but Blackburn were able to deal with it as it went over the afro of Wout Faes. Throw in here for Callum Britton in the defensive third for Blackburn. He's struggling to find an option here as Leicester push up the field and box them in here. Still not taking it here, Britton. He just needs to throw the ball. And now he does down the line. Can't be won by Travis. Helped forward by Justin. Drops to Vardy in the box, who lets fly and hits the top of the crossbar. Still, at the age of 36, he's a bagsman. And so nearly, he rattled it into the back of the net. It was a good header won by Justin from the throw. And then he dropped to Vardy just inside the box. He let fly with the right boot across goal. And it just hit the top of the crossbar and away went for a goal kick, which Blackburn have proceeded to lose the ball from. And it's now back with Leicester inside their own half without Faes. Vardy nearly putting Leicester back in front at Ewood Park. This is appearance number 437 for Jamie Vardy in a Leicester shirt. 307 of them in the Premier League, where he won the Golden Boot in 2020. As he links up here with Pereira, who works out left to Harry Winks. Now in the final third here for Leicester. Out to Mavididi on the far left-hand side. He's got everything to his right here. He goes inside to Dewsbury Hall on the edge of the 18-yard box. Twisting, turning, keeping the ball away from Lewis Travis. Now the ball gets to Winks. Back into Dewsbury Hall. Ball across towards Vardy. Well dealt with by Blackburn, but only as far as Winks on the edge of the box. Now played backwards to Vestergaard as Leicester are camped in the Blackburn half. Works out left here to Mavididi, who's going to charge into the box on the left. Poke it inside to Dewsbury Hall. And over the bar it goes. And he's really disappointed with himself there, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, who's not scored a goal in the Championship since the opening game of the season for Leicester against Coventry at home, where he scored a brace. And inside the 18-yard box, he should be getting that on target at the very least. He cannoned it over the crossbar instead. And Blackburn play out from the back in the 6-yard box of Ainsley Pears. Goes to the left now here to Hyam. Down the line here to Moran, who's got forward and from midfield towards the halfway line as he pokes it inside here. And it's been worked out to the right-hand side here now for Blackburn. Inside the Leicester half, ball forward to Markande, who takes it on very nicely, works it away from Winks. Now out to the left to Sigurdsson on the edge of the 18-yard box. Onto his right foot, he puts a crossing towards the far post, which is headed away momentarily by James Justin towards the corner flag. And it'll be kept for Blackburn by Callum Britton. Tries to work himself away from Mavididi, but his heavy touch runs out of pitch. And it'll be a throw-in for Leicester deep inside their own half. Very lively start for both sides. Leicester have just got back into the game though in the last 10 or so minutes, as possession have now swung back into the favour of the Foxes. They've only conceded 2 goals away from home as well, Leicester, in the 4 wins they've picked up out of 4. So now they've conceded 3. The 2 previous goals came away at Rotherham and Southampton. As indeed he's been sent away on the right side. It's an early ball across towards Vardy, who will take a touch on the left side of the box and shoots and score. He is inevitable. He is so good. Jamie Vardy, right foot, left foot, it really doesn't matter. He celebrates in front of the Blackburn supporters and he puts Leicester back ahead. It's a ball played down the right-hand side by Fatawu to find Ndidi, who had adventured forward from midfield out to the right-hand side. And an early ball across the box. It was aimed towards Jamie Vardy. It reached Jamie Vardy. One touch with the left boot. A shot with the left boot into the roof of the net. It couldn't be blocked in time by Hayden Carter. It was too quick for Ainsley Pears. And just before we hit the half-an-hour mark at Ewood Park, it's Blackburn 1, Leicester 2. The Foxes regain the lead. Such a good goal from Jamie Vardy. On the angle as well. Wasn't an easy strike to take. But now, as I mentioned, in his 437th appearance for the club, he's now hit goal 174. He's one away from 175. And in the 28th minute, Vardy scores and Leicester are back in the lead once again. It took Blackburn 5 minutes to get an equaliser previously. So they'll be looking to respond quickly again, as they're playing it forward here, and it's been picked up on halfway by Pereira, but as Travis was moving the ball on for Blackburn, he was fouled just inside his own half by Yannick Vestergaard. As Mavadidi's been booked here, I think, for kicking the ball away. As Lewis Travis wanted to take it quickly. Didn't even kick the ball away, Mavadidi there, just got in front of Lewis Travis so he couldn't take the quick free kick. But it's a great assist by Ndidi as well to take it on early, the cross, knowing that Vardy's got the skill and talent to do that as Moran plays it through towards Smodics and he is offside. Flag goes up and I think Sammy Smodics knows that. Nearly fed through there, Smodics, who's got the goal for Blackburn to make it 1-1. Yeah, just as Moran poked it forward ahead of Vestergaard, Smodics had just gone early. Not by much, but just enough for the flag to go up. Thank you to everyone who's here. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. Next commentary is on Wednesday night. As Newcastle welcome a certain PSG to St James's Park. And then we've got a little bit of a break on the channel for a couple of weeks. And then we'll be back once again with a load of commentaries coming up, which I'll go through at half-time. Mark Andy on the right for Blackburn. Takes it around Justin towards the byline. Pulls it across towards Andy Moran. His shot's blocked by Fatawu, who can clear away in the 18-yard box. Again, nearly a quick response from Blackburn. Fatawu that time blocking the Moran shot. Markande through to Britton in the box. Can't get away from Justin, but the tackle goes to Travis, who's been tackled himself by Mavadidi. And he'll win the corner. Working back well there, the Leicester left winger, Steffi Mavadidi. And it's another corner for Blackburn. Andy Moran looking dangerous for Blackburn. Just settling into the team now after joining last month from Brighton on loan. Short corner taken by Wharton to Britton. Just goes back to Smodics. Forward again to Britton on the right-hand side. Inside it goes to Markande. Onto his left foot. He wants to shoot and it's a horrific shot wide. No power, no accuracy. Never troubling Mads Hermansson in the Leicester goal. Good chance here. Markande got the pull back into the box towards the penalty spot. And as Moran went to pull the trigger, it was just blocked by Fatawu. As Leicester play from the back again. Vestergaard takes the goal kick to the goalkeeper Hermansson, who play a ball along the ground and play it forward to Dewsbury Hall. Lays it off into Winks. It's a challenging ball to deal with though, and he loses it to Markande, and then Winks pulls him back and commits the foul. Just inside the Leicester half. Harry Winks signed in the summer from Tottenham for £10 million. He started all 9 championship games so far, picking up 4 bookings. As it's in the right back area for Blackburn with Callum Britton. Gets away from 3 Leicester players and tries to play a ball through, but it's been deflected into the path of Ndidi. Vardy out to the left of Dewsbury Hall. He's got Mavididi to his left. He'll feed it into the left winger, left side of the box. Takes a touch, wants to shoot, and he will do so, and it's blocked by Ainsley Pears. But I think a flag's gone up for offside on Mavididi. As the free kick's been taken quickly, as Callum Britton will drive forward here for Blackburn towards the halfway line. He'll switch it out to the left towards Harry Pickering. He'll bring it down on halfway very nicely. He's got Sigurdsson to his left, then he'll feed it to the Icelandic man, who goes inside towards Smodics. It's hit over hit and picked up by Vardy, who gets back to defend for Leicester. So Vestergaard just on the edge of the 18-yard box, goes across to Fass. Now Vestergaard, as I mentioned before, this is the 100th meeting between the two teams. The last league meetings these two sides had, whereas in the 2013-2014 season, where Leicester were promoted to the Premier League as champions in that season, and they won at home against Blackburn, but then drew at Ewood Park in their last travel here. It was 1-1, and they're looking to get a 2-goal lead here. Mavididi on the left, in the left corner of the box. Some fancy footwork to keep the ball away from Britton, as it's been worked out to Harry Winks. Cross across the 6-yard box and headed behind by Pickering. He knew that Fatawu was behind him, so he just had to nod behind for a corner. It was a great ball on the left there by Harry Winks on his weaker left foot. Indeed, he hadn't made the run into the 6-yard box. Vardy had, but it had just gone beyond him. But they've won a corner from it, which they will take, because they've already scored from one through Wout Fass, 3.5 minutes into the game. Now 33.5 minutes into the game, or just over. They've got another corner. The corner they scored from in that first one they took was a short one. I think he's just going to put it straight in the box here. Dewsbury Hall from an in-swinger towards the far post. It's headed away by Blackburn. Only as far as Winks on the edge of the box, 25 yards away from goal. Shifting it back out to the right side. It's been cut out though by Markande, who will drive forward for Blackburn. Can't get away then from Fatawu. And he's also tackled by Wout Fass. And it's back in Leicester possession with Fass in the centre circle. Going to his left very calmly into Winks to keep the ball for the Foxes. And the counter-attack has ended for Blackburn, as it's now with James Justin at left back, who at his time at Luton won League One and was automatically promoted from League Two. So he's played right through the top 4 divisions in English football. James Justin, really good career he's had so far at Luton and Leicester. Did play the first 14 games of the season last year in the league. James Justin, before picking up an Achilles tendon rupture injury, which saw him out for the rest of the season. That's now with Hermansen, with 10 minutes to go until we played 45 minutes. Midway side their own half, it is Ricardo Pereira, again drifting from right back inside to the midfield position. As it goes back into their 18-yard box here with Mads Hermansen, as their current top goal scorer is on the bench for Leicester. Casey McAteer, who added to his goals in the week in the League Cup against Liverpool. So Ricardo Pereira drives past the halfway line, lays it off into Dewsbury Hall. He's looking out to the right side, and he'll get the ball across to Fatawu. Down the right-hand side, he goes to Ndidi, who's already assisted from this position already. He goes back to Fatawu instead, who's also assisted himself from this exact position. He keeps this ball playing it simple, goes back to Wout Fass, forward to Winks, back to Fass again. Vestergaard in the centre circle, forward to Pereira. Gets the return here, the Dane. Not really being pressed here by Blackburn as he goes to the left here to Justin. Forward to Dewsbury Hall. Hi, hello. Hope everyone is enjoying this live commentary. Championship football. The lunchtime kickoff. Blackburn currently trail 2-1 to Leicester as Vestergaard plays a lofty ball towards Vardy, who will get there beyond 2 Blackburn players, but free kick's been given against him due to a high boot. Vardy says no chance to the referee today, James Linnington. Vardy's fuming. Don't really think it was that high of a boot, really, by Vardy, but it was given against him on the edge of the Blackburn box. It's now back in possession for Pears. Goes to the right now to Hayden Carter and plays it back to Ainsley Pears. Leicester pressing high on the edge of the Blackburn box, and it's hard for them to keep the ball moving as Adam Wharton takes it on the turn. He's fouled from behind by Ndidi. Good midfield play there from Adam Wharton. And the ball's been played quickly now to Moran. Out to the left to Pickering. just beyond the halfway line. He played a ball into the left channel, looking towards Sigurdsson. It'll be collected by Wout Faes as he's been brought down there by Sigurdsson, as he just got there ahead of the Icelandic winger. So free kick for Leicester in their right back position. Ricardo Pereira takes. It goes back to Hermansen, who has to hurry a clearance up the field on halfway. Can't be headed on by Fatawu, won by Hyam. And it'll be brought down by Andy Moran, and Adam Wharton will take over. Plays it down the line, deflects off Ndidi, and it's a throw for Blackburn, midway inside the Leicester half. Could they look for an equaliser before half-time? As they try and take a quick throw, but the referee pulls it back. They weren't far enough back from where the ball went out of play. It's now Moran, down the left-hand side towards Travis. It's been overhit, and it'll be taken away by Pereira. Right on the corner flag here on the near side. He clears it down the line, looking for Vardy. He goes over his head, and it can be collected here on halfway by Hayden Carter. He will get the return here from Dominic Hyam. Plays the ball forward to Britton. 1-2 with Wharton. Back to Britton again, drifted inside from right back, trying to get the ball across, but it's intercepted by a slide challenge from Fatawu, and then it's cleared away by Faes towards Vardy, headed forward by Hyam. Out towards Markande on the right for Blackburn. He's been dispossessed by Mavididi, but then he wins it back from him. And now it's out to the right to Smodics. Early ball across the 6-yard box, and it'll go all the way through towards the corner flag. It'll be kept in here by Andy Moran. Now back to Pickering. Forward from left back. Goes to his right here to Wharton. Back out to the left here to Moran. Wants to get into his right foot. Plays it down the channel for Pickering. And then plays it back to Moran. Across the box to Travis. Moran again. Wharton, about 25 yards away from goal, works it back out to the left here to Travis. Everything to his right. Plays a simple ball to Wharton. In the box it goes to Sigurdsson. Nice touch away from Faes. Looks for the pull back, but it's blocked by the Belgian. And he plays it forward to Fatawu, as Leicester can breathe a little after a little bit of pressure there from Blackburn. And the ball's gone forward to Dewsbury Hall. Passes the halfway line. He's looking left. He drives inside instead. And then releases to the left. No, he won't. He takes too long. He's tackled by Wharton. Really poor from Dewsbury Hall. Mavididi was well open on the left. He took way too long to release, and Markande can now bring it forward for Blackburn. His first pass intercepted, and it's one back by Leicester. Dewsbury Hall could have a sigh of relief there because he lost the ball really poorly there. It's now on the halfway line with Fatawu for Leicester. He goes back to Wout Faes as the possession is just kept simply for Leicester City with Yannick Vestergaard. Obviously, it was a very disappointing season for Leicester, finishing 18th place last year with only 34 points, picking up 9 victories. Relegated by 2 points in the end, as Everton did finish on 36 points. Didn't have a bad record against under Dean Smith, who came in for the back end of the season. They played 8 games under Dean Smith, won 2, drew 3 and lost 3. So, not the worst of records where he came into a side who was void of any kind of confidence. But they've had a big turnover, bringing in 9 new players, Leicester, but losing 14, which includes the likes of Maddison, Barnes, Tielemans, Soyuncu, Amati, Perez, Evans, Mendy, Bertrand, Christensen, Samare. So a lot of high senior players who've got them into this league were able to get moves away from the club. But they've assembled a very strong championship side, Leicester City. And it's with Ndidi on the right-hand side, 10 yards inside the Blackburn half. He goes back into his own half without Faes. Blackburn not really pressing too hard, just letting Leicester have the ball, not wanting to tire themselves out too much. This would be a 4th win for Leicester in a row in the league, after their last loss and only loss of the season came to Hull City at home. As they've still got it in their own half with Vestergaard. Justin at left back. Forced back to his own goalkeeper here, Hermansen, who's got Wout Faes to the right, all open on the edge of the 18-yard box, and he'll play it to him. He'll go back to Hermansen as he's pressed by Moran. Hermansen again, forward to Winks, out to the right to Faes. Back to Hermansen again. Just controlling possession here, Leicester. Very professionally. Vestergaard will drive forward towards halfway, plays it forward to Dewsbury Hall, goes inside to Winks in the centre circle. Can't get away from Travis. Tackle by Travis, who tries to play it forward himself, but it's blocked here by Pereira. But then it's given away again by Winks. Charging forward now is Callum Britton from the right side for Blackburn. Looking towards the left. Lays it off to Sigurdsson, who's found himself on the right-hand side here from the left wing position. And he gets the return from Markande. Britton forward to Smodics. Back out to Britton, into the path of Markande towards the byline. Keeps it in, wanting to get onto his stronger left foot. And he'll play it to Travis just inside the box on the right side. Gets space for a cross, dinks it in towards Smodics, who wins the header, but it's blocked by Fatawu, and he'll drop to the edge of the box here, and Leicester can counter. Mavididi with it, charging beyond the halfway line. Dewsbury Hall to his left, Vardy to his right. He'll lay it off to Dewsbury Hall, who enters the box on the left, shoots as well, and it ripples the side netting, and it'll go for a goal kick. Dewsbury Hall is adamant it should be a corner, but Mavididi just did exactly what Dewsbury Hall should have done a few minutes ago. Played it into Dewsbury Hall, again on the angle on the left foot, into the side netting. I don't think it took a deflection, to be completely honest. I think that was the right call from the referee, James Linnington, who's been a referee in the EFL since 2008, and he's refereed over 4,000 games in the league. Markande. Towards the corner flag here, works across, but it deflects into the 6-yard box, straight into the hands of Hermansen. Unfortunate there from Dylan Markande, the right winger for Blackburn, who was signed in January of 2022 for an initial fee of £500,000 from Tottenham Hotspur. Has Indian parents and is the first British Asian player to play a first-team game for Tottenham. I think he made an appearance in the Europa Conference League, if I'm not mistaken. Dylan Markande, but he's got a new home now in Blackburn as Hermansen clears up the field for Leicester. Header won by Hyam. Out to the left wing for Blackburn, can't be won by Moran. Headed forward by Fass into Fatawu. The 19-year-old winger, on loan from Sporting Lisbon, provided the assist for the first Leicester goal to put them 1-0 up. It's now been worked out to the left side. Midway inside the Blackburn half is Mavididi. 1-on-1 with Britton. Keeps the ball simple with a pass back to Dewsbury Hall. It's now on the halfway line with Justin. Across to the right now to Wout Faes. Formed with Anderlecht in his younger playing days from 2012 to 2018. Wout Faes, now 25. Born in April of 1998. And here's Vestergaard. Been forced back to Hermansen, who's midway inside his own half, getting forward from his 18-yard box here. The 23-year-old goalkeeper for Leicester City. So we're aiming towards the 45th minute, and he clears it up the field. It's a long ball down the right-hand side, looking for Fatawu, but it's easily dealt with there by Harry Pickering. Now with Hayden Carter, the right centre-half. Signed a new 4-year contract in March of this year at Blackburn. Made his 50th appearance, Hayden Carter. Last week away at Ipswich in the 4-3 defeat. They picked up. So back-to-back difficult games for Blackburn, playing Ipswich, who are currently second. And now Leicester, who sit top of the pile. With 23 points from a possible 24 points, from a possible 27 as it stands. Blackburn clears down their right-hand side. It's a header won forward there, though, by Justin. But can't be kept alive by Dewsbury Hall. And it's now with Carter, with a good switch out to the left to Pickering. Still deep inside the Blackburn half as they're being pressed again by Leicester. Smodics goes inside here to Moran, and he gets the return. Passes the halfway line. He's got everything to his right here, Smodics. He goes down the left channel, looking for Sigurdsson, who's been tripped from behind by Wout Faes. And that'll be a free kick on the left side for Blackburn. Just ran across him there, Sigurdsson, which allowed the tangle of legs. Just ran across Wout Faes. Tripped. And wins the free kick for his side. 3 minutes of added on time. We played 40 seconds of it. It'd be a great time for Blackburn to equalise once again. They equalised 5 minutes after going behind with Sammy Smodics scoring from 8 yards out after Leicester lost possession from playing out from the back. Leicester need to stay strong here from this set piece, as all attacking players are in the 18-yard box here. It'll be Smodics to cross towards the far post. It's a header won by an orange shirt, still in the box as it needs to be dealt with, but no longer it needs to be dealt with as the flag goes up for an offside as the free kick was taken. Let's have a look. Anyone strayed offside? Yeah, I think that's Dominic Hyam, the centre-half, who had just gone a little bit early there. As we played a minute and a half of added on time. Enzo Maresca, formerly of Manchester City, in the assistant manager role last season, where they won the treble, and now he's took on a job at Leicester. Has previously managed before at Parma in Italy, but he only lasted from May till November in 2021. Didn't last very long in Italy, but he's got to a great start in the second tier of English football. it's Hermansen on the ball for Leicester in the 18-yard box. Big clearance up the field by the Danish international. Forward towards Fataru. Header won by Hyam. Past the halfway line, out wide left, looking for Sigurdsson, but just runs out of play. And there'll be a Leicester throw-in just inside their own half here on the near side. And there'll be Ricardo Pereira to take. But the last time Leicester were in this division, they did win the league in the 2013-2014 season, so 10 seasons ago now, where they'd previously been in the Championship for 10 years before that, from 2004 to 2014, then became a regular in the Premier League before, obviously, that shock season last year where they were relegated. They had a couple campaigns in Europe as well, 3 campaigns in Europe, one in the Champions League, one in the Europa League, and then one in the Conference League as well, where they reached the semi-finals but were beaten by Roma a couple seasons ago. As it's Dewsbury Hall in midfield, midway inside his own half, loses it on the Leicester left, and Blackburn have it on their right-hand side as they try and play it through here towards Britain, getting forward from right back, but it's a misplaced ball in the 18-yard box, and it's cleared up by Leicester, and that is where the whistle will be blown, and it's half-time here at Ewood Park. It is Blackburn 1, Leicester 2. The goal scoring started early, and it was Leicester's first shot on at goal. It was a short corner taken by Dewsbury Hall to Fatawu, who put a curling ball towards the far post, and Wout Fast won the header, headed it back across goal, and he put Leicester 1-0 up, but the lead didn't last long. Sammy Smodics on the 9th minute buried a ball in the 18-yard box for Blackburn. They were trying to play out from the back Leicester. Harry Winks was pickpocketed, and then Travis was tackled by Pereira, but the ball dropped in the end to Smodics, who took a couple of touches, got it onto his left foot, and buried it into the bottom right corner. And then it started to go into the possession of Leicester midway inside the first half, where they started dominating more of the ball, and they were able to score in the 28th minute. It was a ball down the right-hand side for Ndidi, who was able to get onto it, and he put an early cross into the 18-yard box. He went all the way through to the far post of Vardy, who took one touch with his left foot, a shot with his left foot, and he buried it into the roof of the net to give Leicester a 2-1 lead, and they've been able to see it out until half-time, and at Ewood Park, after 48 minutes played, is Blackburn 1, Leicester City 2. Decent half of football. We've had 3 goals, all of pretty decent quality. The good header from Fass, well taken by Smodics, very calm in the 18-yard box, and now Smodics is on his 6th goal of the season in the Championship. Better in his tally of last year, where he got 5 in 34 appearances. Now he's got 6 in 9. Scoring in back-to-back weeks as well. Scored last week against Ipswich. And then the Vardy goal. 36 years of age, and he still can do it like that. Really expert touch with the left boot. On the angle as well, he just slammed it towards goal. No chance for Ainsley Pears at all, as now Blackburn have conceded 18 goals this season. And that was only Leicester's 6th goal that they've conceded so far. And for Blackburn, they are averaging 1.25 points per game, sitting currently in 17th at the minute. It's not a great start. This would be their 5th loss in 9 to start the season. So, and the fact that they finished last season in 7th, a place outside the playoffs, could pressure be on manager John Dahl Thomason? I'm not sure. I don't know how bad things will have to get for him to be sacked, but it's not a great start to the season at all. He started managing Blackburn, became their head coach last season, took them to 7th, finished on 69 points, losing 17 games last season, and they're already nearly on 5. So a lot of work to do for Blackburn. They've definitely got an exciting squad, but the results just aren't quite coming in to start the season. In the Championship anyway, they've got off to a good start in the League Cup, reaching the 4th round, Blackburn Rovers. And they're going to be facing Chelsea at Stamford Bridge as their reward for reaching the 4th round. And it's now even as well for Smodics in terms of his goals. He's scored 6 so far this season, as I mentioned. 3 of them at home and 3 of them away. I'm going to go through the remaining, the commentaries coming up on the channel. So I've got one more coming on Wednesday, which is Newcastle PSG. And then I'm going on holiday for a week. And then it's the international break, so I'll wait until after the international break, then we'll be back with club commentaries. So, coming up after Newcastle PSG, the commentary we return with is on the 22nd of October. So it's an 18-day break between Newcastle PSG and the next commentary. And the next commentary, the returning one, will be AC Milan taking on Juventus on the 22nd of October, which is a Sunday. And then after that, on the Tuesday, on the 24th, we will have Sevilla taking on Arsenal in the Champions League. And then 2 days after that, in the Europa League, we'll have Brighton taking on Ajax. And then we'll have Championship action back again. Monday night, it will be Coventry against West Brom. So they are the next one coming up. So we've got Newcastle PSG on Wednesday, and then we'll have an 18-day break. Then we return on Sunday with AC Milan Juventus, and then Sevilla Arsenal, Brighton Ajax, and Coventry West Brom. So we're covering the Champions League, Serie A, Europa League, and the Championship once again. So make sure you are subscribed and notifications are on so you know when I go live for those commentaries. I'll be planning the other commentaries coming up, so they're all planned until the end of this month. So, a lot of commentaries coming up on the channel all the way through the season. But we'll just have a look now at the other results from the Championship yesterday. As it did start with a Friday night game and a little bit of turmoil really at Sheffield Wednesday. It's not a happy place at the minute. Being promoted last season from the playoffs in the final, winning in the 120th minute, seemed like the only way was up for Sheffield Wednesday. But then Darren Moore left the club after disagreements with the owner, and then the owner's now come out and saying that he's going to pull funding pull additional funding from the club due to the backlash he's getting from the supporters, which is just absolutely, ridiculous. So Sheffield Wednesday are in a little bit of trouble. They lost 3-0 against Sunderland at home, which means they are rock bottom of the league. 0 wins in their opening 9, 2 draws coming in those 9. So really struggling now. And Blackburn have dropped to 18th as well in the table, by the way, due to goal difference on Huddersfield. So not looking good for Blackburn. So Sheffield Wednesday and Sunderland ended 3-0. 3 first half goals was enough. And then the early kick-off yesterday saw Southampton get back to winning ways, beating Leeds United. So 2 of the relegated sides facing up. Southampton went 3-0 up in 35 minutes. Leeds got one back, but it wasn't enough. Leeds currently sit 9th. Southampton sit 10th. So they're quite near next to each other, just outside the playoffs at the minute. But good win for Southampton. I think it was a need one, if I'm not mistaken. They were on a bit of a poor run. Yeah, they'd lost 4 in a row to Middlesbrough, Ipswich, Leicester and Sunderland. So it's important that Southampton were able to get points back on the board there under their new manager, Russell Martin. And then yesterday we had Norwich Birmingham 2-0. Millwall fall into a home defeat 3-0 to Swansea. Not a great start to the season for Swansea under new manager. What is his name? His last name's Duff. He was at Barnsley last year. What is his name? That is going to really annoy me. I should know. Michael Duff. I knew his name was Duff. Under new head coach Michael Duff. So Swansea moving up in the right direction. Currently still 19th, but starting to get some wins on the board. Hull and Plymouth ended 1-1. Plymouth holding their own in the Championship after promotion last season. Currently mid-table, 13th, and Hull in the playoffs. 4 wins, 4 draws and a loss under Liam Rosenior. Got a decent little squad going. Hull, they won last week at Stoke. I know that 3-0 away because I watched a little bit of that game. They're having a great season. Hull falling to a draw at home to Plymouth. Bristol, who were defeated last week by Leicester, went 2-0 up against Stoke. But then they were able to turn it around and win 3-2 in an 89th minute winner from Nathan Lowe. And then Cardiff were able to carry on their decent start to the season as they now go into the playoffs. A 2-0 home win to Rotherham, who seem to be struggling this year. Sat 23rd in the table. Looks like they might be heading back down towards League One. And then Huddersfield under new manager Darren Moore, who left Sheffield Wednesday at the end of last season. It's got back-to-back 1-1 draws against Coventry away and Ipswich at home, so not bad results at all for Darren Moore, as Huddersfield are currently 17th after the departure of Neil Warnock. And then QPR were defeated 3-1 by Coventry. Ellis Sims with 2 goals, signed from Everton in the summer. Only a consolation goal though from QPR, scored in the 90th minute by Kenneth Parle. So good away win for Coventry after the heartbreak on Monday. They played on Monday, Coventry, against Huddersfield, and they equalised in, I think, the 94th minute to take away 3 points from Coventry. So they've replied nicely with a nice win. And a big shock result for me is Preston 0, West Brom 4. Big win for Carlos Corberán, as Preston sit third still. After that was their first loss of the season. So now there's no more unbeaten records in the Championship. I'm not saying it's a shock that West Brom won, because West Brom were a good side and they sit third. They sit eighth themselves. I think more the manner of the loss. 4-0. That's a heavy defeat for Preston, and they had a lot of the ball, Preston, but were struggling to get shots away. And West Brom won 4-0. But Preston stay third after a solid start to the season. And then the last one, Middlesbrough, starting to pick it up ever so slightly. They were in a 5-goal thriller away at Watford, winning 3-2. They took a 2-0 lead with Riley McCree in the 12th minute, going 2-0 up. And then they were pulled back by Vakun Bayo in the 19th minute. And then Watford equalised in the 52nd minute with Wesley Hoot. But then Josh Coburn with the winner for Middlesbrough. So they rise up to 21st. Back-to-back wins, I'm pretty sure, for Middlesbrough in the league. Yes, it is. 3 wins in a row, actually, if you include their 2-0 away win at Bradford in the League Cup on Tuesday night. So it looks like things are going to start going up again for Middlesbrough under Michael Carrick after a really slow start to the season for them. Even though they did have a cracking season last year, Middlesbrough, under the former Manchester United midfielder, finishing 4th in the playoffs, but then were beaten by Coventry in the playoff semi-finals. So they're the Championship results for the weekend, and obviously the last game is this one today, Blackburn and Leicester, and it's currently 2-1 to the leading side in the division. As the second half will be getting back underway in around 2 or 3 minutes' time. We'll make sure you're here on Wednesday night. Newcastle taking on PSG in their first home game in the Champions League this season on their return to European football. On a decent run themselves, Newcastle, they've had a great week, starting it last Sunday with an 8-0 win against Sheffield United. And the most impressive thing about that 8-0 win was the 8 different goal scorers. That's so impressive for Newcastle. Then in the week, they were able to beat Manchester City in the League Cup 1-0. So they want to try and win that after getting to the final last year and being defeated by Manchester United. And then they've just won again yesterday at home to Burnley. Good solid 2-0 win. So in terms of confidence, I don't think Newcastle could go into that game with any more confidence, really. Let's have a look at PSG's form as we just have a little look forward into the next commentary on the channel. As yesterday, PSG actually drew 0-0 with Clermont Foot. And Clermont Foot are second bottom in the league. So not a great result at all for PSG. They did win last week 4-0 to Marseille, and they won their first opening Champions League game to Dortmund 2-0. Bit of a lacklustre start though for PSG, who currently sit 4th, 3 wins, 3 draws and a loss. It's Stade Reims who are second. Is that Will Still's team? It is, I think, isn't it? Will Still, the English manager, who obviously got a lot of praise last season for doing so well with Stade Reims without his, needed coaching badges. They currently sit right near the top. Yeah, Will Still, the manager. They're currently winning at the minute, Stade Reims, against Lyon, 1-0 at half-time. So they're currently second, a point behind Monaco, who currently lead the pack in Ligue 1. So PSG nowhere to be seen at the top, so that should be a really good game on Wednesday night. Make sure you're here for that. Newcastle PSG, 8 o'clock kickoff. But the second half will be getting underway very shortly, as I just see in the distance there from the studio, some Blackburn players are already back out on the field. ready to try and turn this game around for their home supporters. As we are going to be getting back underway now for second half live commentary of Blackburn taking on Leicester. Leicester lead 2-1. Can they see that out? They are yet to lose or draw away from home, Leicester, this season. 4 wins out of 4 in the Championship away from home. As it'll be Leicester kicking right to left towards their away supporters on the left side of the stadium. Blackburn left to right. With Leicester, the team with kick-off for this second half at Ewood Park. It'll be Vardy to take kick-off for Leicester. The man who's got them 2-1 ahead. Just waiting for the referee's whistle of James Linnington. And there we go. Blows the whistle. Plays it back to Winks. Now with Pereira. Goes back to Vestergaard. No long ball forward by Leicester. They want to keep possession, so they go back in their 18-yard box with goalkeeper Hermansen, who will then send it long. Down the right-hand side, looking for Fatawu. Header won by Pickering. Only finds Ndidi on halfway. Plays it forward to Fatawu. Touch back towards halfway line himself. And he tries to play it backwards towards Wout Fast, but he's been picked up here by Andy Moran for Blackburn. Charging at goal towards the edge of the box. Taken down by Vestergaard, who believes he dived. But the card's gone against him. And it'll be a free kick for Blackburn right on the edge of the box. Vestergaard is absolutely adamant that that was a dive there from Andy Moran. Let's have a look here. Charging down at goal, Andy Moran. Really good run. Vestergaard committed. And yeah, just caught him. I believe from that angle anyway. I might have to see it again. But Vestergaard in the book. Under a minute in. And he misses the next game against Preston. Yannick Vestergaard. Due to picking up his 5th booking of the season. Yannick Vestergaard has played every single minute so far in the Championship. So that'll be a big miss for them next week. Sorry, in the midweek when they play Preston at home. But literally, about 19 yards out, right on the edge of the 18-yard box, Blackburn have a free kick. It's quite central, almost in line with the penalty spot. The Leicester wall has been set up to the left side of the goal. Smodics is over it. He's already got 2 braces this season against Rotherham and Middlesbrough. He could get his 3rd brace of the season if he scores a second here. Smodics with the shot towards the goalkeeper's side. And it goes straight behind for a goal kick. Not even on target there from Sammy Smodics. Needed to do better there, really. Poor. Didn't really get his foot around it enough. Didn't curl enough around James Justin. Yeah, really bad from Smodics. He can do better than that. Unless to survive an early scare in the second half. And it's Yannick Vestergaard to take the goal kick to the goalkeeper Hermansen, who will go long again. Beyond the Leicester half into the Blackburn half. Header won by Pickering. Only as far as Winks, who chests it forward to Dewsbury Hall. Down the left-hand side, who is cynically taken down there by Hayden Carter. And he knows the yellow card is coming towards him there. He's going to get a talking to there by the referee as well. Dewsbury Hall on the left side, just beyond the halfway line. Getting into the Blackburn half, looking dangerous on the attack. But that attack did not last very long, because it's a really bad tackle from Hayden Carter. Boot quite high as well, actually. And he's been booked there, the Blackburn centre-half, the 23-year-old. Vestergaard now from the free kick, just inside his own half. Entering the centre circle here. The Danish international completes a 1-2 with Winks. Again, no real press here from Blackburn, not wanting to tire themselves out on pressing. As Vardy links up towards Ndidi on midfield. Won back, though, by Wharton. A heavy pass, though, on halfway, and it's won back by Dewsbury Hall, as it was Dominic Hyam who'd actually got forward from centre-back there on the halfway line, as Fast sends it forward towards Fatawu. Header won by Pickering. It's won here by Sigurdsson on halfway in front of the technical areas on the far side. Gets a ball inside to Moran. To the right, he's got Travis with him. He goes back out towards the left, towards Smodics. It's an overhit pass, and it will run to Wout Fast, who will deal with it and concede the throw-in for Blackburn to take. Taken quickly midway inside their own half, midway inside the Leicester half here. And it's on the left now. Ball inside by Pickering. to Smodics. Across it goes to the right to Britton, who's drifted inside from a right-back position. He's not got any options on the left-hand side, so he has to drive out there himself. And then he goes back here now to Wharton, who has it on the left side. A couple plays in the box, nothing of a threat to Leicester, and as they try and play it through into the box towards Travis, who'd made a run forward, it's overhit and it goes for a Leicester goal kick. These two sides do have Premier League history. Played each other 12 times in the Premier League, Blackburn and Leicester, from 1994 to 2004, where Blackburn won 4, there was 5 draws and Leicester won 3. So pretty even head-to-head there in the little Premier League history they've got. But obviously back in the 90s, Blackburn were one hell of a team, where they ended up winning the Premier League in 1995. Blackburn have it in the final here, third here. On the left-hand side, driving inside is Moran. Plays the ball forward, cut out by Pereira, who now has it in the right-back area. And he dinks it out to the left of Dewsbury Hall. He takes it on the chest nicely and plays a pass to left-back James Justin. Ball forward to Mavididi. Lays it off to Dewsbury Hall. Beyond the halfway line now. Got Mavididi making a run to his left. He's got Vardy to the right. Dewsbury Hall will go on his own until he finds Mavididi on the left. It enters the box towards the byline. Dinks a ball in towards the far post, but it goes onto the roof of the net. And it'll be a goal kick now for Blackburn. Unfortunate wing play there from Mavididi. Made the right run down the left channel and took it towards the byline, but the cross wasn't good enough. That'll be a goal kick, and it's taken. What a spin that is from Callum Britton as he received the ball there from the Blackburn defence, and then he switches out to the left. What a ball that is. Sigurdsson now, midway inside the Leicester half, charging towards the final third now. He gets it down the left-hand side to Marcande, in the box towards the byline himself. Tries to pull back, but it's blocked by Pereira and cleared by the Portuguese man. There's one back there as Vardy couldn't keep it alive for Leicester. Inside their own half. It's now with Adam Wharton. Pokes it forward and completes a 1-2 with Travis. Then works it out wide to Harry Pickering. Forward now to Arnor Sigurdsson. He's got 2-2 for his new club, but then he gives it away looking for the overlap of Pickering. And it's now cleared by Hermansson for Leicester. Up towards halfway, where Vardy flicks it on. But there's no orange shirts ahead of him to chase it. And there'll be Hayden Carter to take it for Blackburn. Ball forward to Wharton, and then gets the return now to Hayden Carter, who did play the full 90 minutes in the last meeting between these two sides last season in the FA Cup 5th round. As a big diagonal switch out towards Sigurdsson's been nodded behind for a throw-in by Ricardo Pereira. Taken quickly now for Blackburn. On the left-hand side, goes across to the halfway line, where it is Hayden Carter. Ball forward to Adam Wharton. All yellow, all orange shirts behind the ball as Carter, again, ball out to the left. Great ball as well to Sigurdsson, who will keep it in towards the corner flag here. He'll drive inside on the right foot, curl a ball in, header won by Justin on the penalty spot, headed away to the edge of the box to Callum Britton, keeps it alive to Travis, looks out to the left and it's now Smodics. Blackburn's top goal scorer so far this season in the Championship. Adam Wharton, again, all Leicester plays behind the ball here, bar Jamie Vardy who's been left up front, really resolute defending from the Foxes. Has the ball been played forward into the final third, into the box to Sigurdsson, takes a heavy touch round Wout Faes. And it'll be a goal kick. Just overran it there, Sigurdsson. Just patient build up there from Blackburn down the left. And it was Travis to play it down the left-hand side for Sigurdsson, but he just couldn't quite keep it in there on the byline, and it was well defended in the end there by Wout Faes. Vestergaard, bad clearance down the line, and it's won back by Blackburn on the right-hand side of Marcande now. Hitting it off James Justin for the throw-in in the final third. So Blackburn still putting the pressure on. Marcande will leave the throw-in for Callum Britton, who gets forward from right-back. Taking his time with the throw-in here, Callum Britton, who's been decent performer today when he's on the ball for Blackburn. Throws it into Smodics, gets the return, then plays it forward himself, back into Smodics. It deflects off Dewsbury Hall. It's now Travis, out to Smodics. Low ball in, headed away by Vestergaard. He has to bend down low to head the ball away to the edge of the box. Kept alive for Blackburn by Wharton. Completes a 1-2 with Smodics as Blackburn try the right-hand side this time. They've had enough of that. And they're going to go out to the left side now with a ball out wide now to Sigurdsson. Down the line. Ball by Pickering. Deflects there. Off, I think that's Fatawu. And it'll be a Blackburn corner. Really good opening 9 minutes to the second half here for Blackburn Rovers as they're getting the home support on their side as they are attacking the goal that has their home support behind them. Short corner taken. Can they work it in the box? They'll get it on the angle. And played across to the right now to Moran. To the right now to Travis. Seems like a bit of a waste this for Blackburn. Forward against Moran. Ball through into the box looking for Smodics. It's well intercepted and cleared by Leicester. That was nearly a defence-splitting pass there from Moran. Couldn't quite find Smodics in the box. It's now Travis on halfway in a right-back area. Goes for a switch out to the left. What a ball that is. And it'll be kept... No, it won't be kept in by Callum Britton. He did get there, the right-back in the left-wing position. But just as he got a touch to the ball, he just got it away from himself. So couldn't quite keep it in. Goal kick in the end for Leicester City. We're trying to just ride this storm that's upon them. There's Dewsbury Hall loses it from the goal kick from Hermansen, but indeed he wins it back fairly. And now they're in the Blackburn half. Ball in behind for Vardy. He will get there ahead of Ainsley Pears on the angle. On the left side, he just about keeps it in. He can't shoot, so he'll play it across to Ndidi, who shoots. And it's really well blocked, and it'll be a corner. Really good block there by Harry Pickering on the Wilfred Ndidi shot, who won the ball there inside his own half on Adam Wharton. And then a great ball in behind by Dewsbury Hall. And Vardy got there ahead of Ainsley Pears, sent himself out wide, just about kept it in on the byline, then pulled it across and exactly on the penalty spot. Indeed, he latched onto the ball and it was blocked by Pickering. And Blackburn survived Leicester's first attack of the second half. It's going to be an in-swinger from Dewsbury Hall on this far side, in front of the travelling supporters. In it goes, near post, header won, away by Blackburn. Kept alive by Pereira, who just gets the ball stuck under his foot, and then as he tries to play it out wide, he keeps it in there. What a header that is. And now it's Dewsbury Hall driving inside, tackled by Smodics, and has now worked it out to the left to Moran. Still inside the Blackburn half. He gets away from Pereira. Great skill from the attacking midfielder, and away from Dewsbury Hall, but can't get away from Fatawu, who keeps it alive for Leicester, but then Pereira loses it again. Markande now out to the left towards Travis, who will have to sprint out wide to get there. He keeps it in. He's been met by the pressure of Wout Faes. And he gets it inside now to Pickering. Lays off to Wharton. Back out left to Travis. There's plays in the box here for Blackburn. Played down the byline. Pickering pulls back. Deflects towards Smodics. And 10 yards out, he blasts over the bar. He's already got one today, Smodics. He's got back-to-back goals for Blackburn. And he should have got a second of the day. Good little ball down the line by Travis into the box. And it was pulled back. It was deflected. And it just bounced up on Smodics. He tried to take it, but just couldn't quite get over the ball and sent it over the crossbar. Definitely a positive second half so far for Blackburn. As we're going to get the first change for Leicester. Abdul Fatawu, who is on a yellow and did provide the assist from the short corner for the Wout Faes opener. He's going to be replaced by Casey McAteer, who's currently Leicester's top goal scorer in the Championship with 4 goals. And all 4 of his Championship goals have come away from home. And all 5 of his goals have been away from the King Power, because he did score at Anfield as well in the week to put Leicester 1-0 up in the League Cup before being beaten 3-1. So Casey McAteer, the young winger, loves to play away from home. That's where all of his goals have come from so far. And he comes on for over half an hour that we've got left to play, plus added on time, as it's Leicester on the ball, on the edge of the 18-yard box with their goalkeeper Hermansen. Big ball punted up the field towards Casey McAteer on the right. Header in the air by Pickering. Still alive for either player to win it. Pickering wins the second header. And then it's sliced behind for a throw-in by Wharton for Leicester. Midway inside the Blackburn half. He's had a real breakout season so far. Casey McAteer, who spent last season on loan at League 2, where he was at Wimbledon. Playing 18 games in League 2, scoring once against Salford. And the season before that, he was on loan at Forest Green, where they won League 2. But now in the Championship, he's making a name for himself. 4 goals so far. brace against Rotherham away and then one against Southampton and Norwich. As it looks like Ainsley Pears is down here. You might remember when Vardy just got there ahead of him when he was playing in behind. Ainsley Pears came out to try and close the angle down. Ainsley Pears met him, and I think Vardy might have just trodden his foot. That's what Ainsley Pears is struggling with here, his right boot. It wouldn't have surprised me if Vardy did just catch him as he got there ahead of him. Let's have a look here. Vardy got there ahead of Ainsley Pears, and yeah, just trodden his right foot. Accidental, like nothing in it. It wasn't a foul or anything. But as he got the ball ahead of Ainsley Pears, he just caught his right boot, which is what the Blackburn goalkeeper is currently struggling with. 25-year-old, formerly of Middlesbrough. Spent 13 years at Middlesbrough before joining Blackburn. They do have Leo Waldstedt on the bench. Backup goalkeeper, signed in the summer for an undisclosed fee. He's played 2 games in the League Cup so far. The Swedish backup goalkeeper, 24 years of age. We'll have to see if Ainsley Pears can continue. Nice golfing celebration there from Sammy Smodics when he scored the equalizer. And then Jamie Vardy, who's left foot, roof of the net, easy as you like. Love scoring away from home. Jamie Vardy, especially, so he can celebrate in front of the supporters. It was a really disappointing season, though, for Jamie Vardy. He only got 3 goals last year in the Premier League, and he did play 37 of the 38 games, even though he only started 19 of them. His 3 goals came in October, April and May against Wolves, Leeds and Everton. And Ainsley Pears here is hobbling off, so we're going to have a change of goalkeeper here for Blackburn. He's been helped off by two medical staff of Blackburn Rovers. So it is going to be a shock championship debut for Leopold Waldstad, 6'3" Swedish goalkeeper. And there's going to be another change as well. Arnor Sigurdsson's going to come off, the Icelandic left winger who did get 2 goals in 2 against Ipswich and Cardiff to open his account for his new club. And he's going to be replaced by Tyrese Dolan. And then Ainsley Pears, the goalkeeper, is going to be substituted now for Leopold Waldstad. Born in Stockholm. The Swedish goalkeeper. Does seem like a worrying injury there for Ainsley Pears, who is slowly making his way around the pitch, being held up by 2 of the Blackburn medical staff. So here he comes, Waldstad. Number 12, signed in the summer for an undisclosed fee from Odds BK in the Norwegian League. He was actually being looked at previously by Manchester United and Liverpool, Waldstad. So he's had serious interest from some high English teams. He also rejected Brøndby in Denmark to come to Blackburn this summer. So 28 minutes to go, back underway. Leicester throw, midway inside the Blackburn half. We've had a change of goalkeeper for Blackburn as Ainsley Pears is still hobbling off the field on the far side, and Pereira gets it back from the throw-in, then concedes the throw-in himself as he is tackled there by Tyrese Dolan, the Blackburn substitute. He's just come on for Arnor Sigurdsson. It's a ball out to the right towards Markande for Blackburn. Can't win it ahead of Justin, but the touch from Justin falls to Moran on the centre of the field, and he gets an outside the boot ball out to the left to Tyrese Dolan. He'll run across the field and play it out to the right now to Carter. Just beyond the half, just on the halfway line. He plays it out to the right to Markande, who'll drive inside himself, wants to get onto his strong left foot, and he'll just lay it off behind him to Wharton. Midway inside the Leicester half, he chips it out to the left into the final third, looking for Tyrese Dolan. Overhit, goes beyond him. And it'll be a throw in for Leicester. It looks like a seriously bad one for Ainsley Pears, who's just about now making his way down the tunnel. Hopefully it's nothing too serious for him. Hopefully he's not out of action for too long. He came into the team back end of last season, played all of the last 18 games last season, ahead of Kaminski, who moved on, the Blackburn goalkeeper, to Luton in the Premier League this summer. And here he is, Waldstad, getting his first few touches on the ball in the 18-yard box. Gets the return here from Callum Britton, 24 years of age. Leopold Waldstad Cleared up the field by Carter. It's going to be won by Winks, but he heads it backwards towards the halfway line where it can be controlled by Vestergaard. It's now played back to Wout Faes in the centre circle. He's been forced all the way back to his own goalkeeper, Mads Hermansen, after being pressed by Andy Moran. Another long ball forward, down the right-hand side towards McAteer by Hermansen, headed forward by Pickering. Gets the return from Wharton, midway inside his own half, down the left channel. He plays down the line to Dolan, who gets the touch away from Pereira. Ball inside to Travis, still inside the Blackburn half. They work it well, moving away from the Leicester pressing attackers. Carter has been forced back to his own goalkeeper, Wallstead. I've got a lot of attackers injured though, Blackburn. Ryan Hedges is out, who scored against Watford away in Game 4, which was commentated on this channel. Niall Ennis, who's joined on a free from Plymouth this season, he's out, injured still. Sam Gallagher, their main 6'4" target man, he's injured. Only the one goal so far for him this season came against Hull in their defeat at home to the Tigers. And Harry Leonard as well, he's out today. Usually the starting striker for Blackburn Rovers, as they've still just got the ball in their own half here, Blackburn, with Dominic Hyam. 25 minutes to go, plus added on time. Leicester still lead 2-1, thanks to a Jamie Vardy goal in the 28th minute. Halfway line is Tyrese Dolan, shifts it out to the right. Great ball to Markande, who will take it under control on the far right-hand side. One-on-one with Justin. Goes around the outside of him. Right-footed cross. It's a hard one to deal with. It's a lot of power on it. It's a very high one as well. And Tyrese Dolan will miss the header. And it'll be a throw-in for Leicester on the opposite side there. See what he's trying to do there, Markande. Just put the ball in with a bit of pace, but a bit too much pace, really. And a bit too high as well for Tyrese Dolan to get the header towards goal. He headed it backwards instead and out for a throw-in. So a throw-in for Leicester. Thrown into Ndidi, midway inside the Blackburn half. It's now with Pereira again, who gets the return. Passes it forward, deflects off Dolan, who gets it now for Blackburn. Overruns it, though, off Ndidi. But it's tackled by the Nigerian, thrown for Blackburn. It's now back with Hayden Carter towards the centre circle for Blackburn. He's looking towards the right-hand side. He'll play a lifted ball over the top of Justin. And he'll be brought down by Markande. Expertly done. Shifts onto his left foot. Driving across goal. Edge of the box. He shoots. It's well blocked by Vestergaard. And it'll drop to Ndidi, who hooks it away towards halfway, where Vardy nods it towards Dewsbury Hall. He loses out to Britton. And it's now with Blackburn again. Positive play there from Markande with the touch inside, away from James Justin. And Blackburn have definitely been the better side the second half, but just haven't created enough dangerous chances. As Markande overruns it here on Justin on the Blackburn right. And it's now back with Leicester with Harry Winks in midfield. Ball forward, in behind, finds Ndidi. It's a great ball down the left side, just outside the box at the minute. He's going to enter the box now on the left. A few step overs, overrunning it slightly, but just about keeps it away from Carter. And he brings Mavididi into play, who's outside the box himself. Left-footed cross, it deflects off Callum Britton. It's a corner for Leicester. Really good ball through in behind for Ndidi by Harry Winks, and Mavididi ends up working the cross for a corner. Taken short to Dewsbury Hall. Across to the right, it goes to Winks. Back through to Mavididi, intercepted in the box by Markande. It's a vital interception because Mavididi was in there on the left side of the box. And now Tyrese Dolan can bring it away. Charging down the right, but he's tackled well. Good sliding challenge on halfway by James Justin. Blackburn throw. 23 minutes to go. Pulse added on time. This game definitely isn't over yet for Blackburn Rovers. It's now in the air. Indeed, he flicks away. Kept alive by Callum Britton, who can't get down the right side. He does it too much. And now Dewsbury Hall can bring it away. Passes the halfway line. He's got Vardy up there with him. He'll try and slot him in behind in the box. It's overhit. And it'll be collected by Wallstead in the Blackburn goal. It's now Adam Wharton out to the left. Beyond the halfway line now from Schmodics. He's just shifted out to the left side for now. And Dolan's took a position up front. It's now back in the centre circle with Wharton. To the right to Britton. Again, all Leicester players bar Vardy behind the ball. Is it out to the left now to Dolan? Not got many options ahead of him. He's got a lot of options, but not available. As Wharton looks out to the right side, can't find Markande, easily intercepted on the edge of the 18-yard box by James Justin. And he's played forward to Mavididi, who slows the attack down on the Leicester left, just on halfway. He goes back into his own half of a ball to James Justin as Leicester keep possession. How fast is Leicester going to make a double change? I can't quite see from the far side who they're bringing on, but I'll let you know when that happens. Eyes aren't quite good enough to quite see who's there, as Vestergaard has it for Leicester, not being pressed by Blackburn in his own half here. Dolan will try and ignite a press, but it's been shifted with a 1-2 with Pereira. Now Vestergaard forward to Dewsbury Hall, goes back to Justin, then inside to the right to Vestergaard. Good play, good possession, taking the sting out of the game at the minute, Leicester. Who'd only made one change from last week. Callum Doyle out with a hamstring injury. So James Justin came in, and what a ball through. Tackle, foul by Adam Wharton. There'll be a yellow card. It was patient play there from Leicester at the back, and then they played a ball through towards the Blackburn half to Ndidi, and he let the ball come across him, and Adam Wharton caught the Nigerian. And it's a booking for Adam Wharton and a free kick for Leicester. It's what happens when you're patient. It brings lapse of concentration from the opponent. Adam Wharton there just a little bit away with it. Not staying tight to Wilfred Ndidi. 2 changes for Leicester. It's going to be a midfielder of Hamza Chowdhury, who signed a new 4-year contract in the week. He'll be coming on, and so will Yunus Akgun, joined on a loan from Galatasaray. So Hamza Chowdhury will replace Ricardo Pereira, who will come off, and Yunus Akgun will replace Mavididi on the left side for Leicester. Ricardo Pereira usually does drift in from fullback into midfield, so that's probably a position that Hamza Chowdhury will now take up. Drift into right back when needed, but try and take up midfield positions when Leicester are in possession. And they've taken the short free kick with Chowdhury back to Winks. It's now dead centre of the field with Vestergaard out to the left of Justin on halfway. Forward to Winks, misplaced ball picked up by Travis on halfway. He's going to be pressed here by Dewsbury Hall, but he keeps the ball moving away from him. And it's now with Dominic Heim for Blackburn, well inside their own half here. They've got to try and build forward now with a high press here from Leicester. They nearly give it away there, Blackburn, but they end up clearing it towards halfway. Volleyed forward by Vestergaard. High in the sky it goes. Headed won by Callum Britton. Brought down by Moran. Out to the right to Markande. Back to Britton, who looks forward on halfway. No option there for him, so he's been forced back to Carter, who goes inside in the centre of the field to Adam Wharton. Blackburn have been decent on the ball, but just have not created enough at all in this second half. Carter, high ball over the top, looking for Markande. It's going to zip off the turf and out for a goal kick. He was chased down there, Markande, by James Justin, but he couldn't quite keep it in anyway. And it's a goal kick for Leicester City. It's quite incredible. They've only played 9 games so far, including today. And so far they've only conceded 6 goals. Incredible start to the season defensively for Leicester, as the ball forward from their goalkeeper has found Dewsbury Hall, but he's been pickpocketed there by Hayden Carter, who's got forward from centre-back to close down Dewsbury Hall, and it's now Blackburn building on their left side. Forward to Moran, taking it on the turn, edge of the box, enters the box with a touch, and it's tackled away by Wout Faes, and the ball's gone out to the left to Casey McAteer. He's gone out to the left wing, and it's going to be Yunus Akgun, I think, to take up a right wing position for Leicester, as they just restart with their goalkeeper here, the Foxes. As this would put them 2 points above Ipswich in second at the top of the Championship table. It'll be 5 away wins in 5 in the league as well. Vestergaard 1-2 with Vardy, who's dropped deep to keep the ball moving for Leicester. Deep inside his own half here, he goes back to the 18-yard box here to Mads Hermansen, who's made the bench the last 6 times for Denmark. So he's getting calls up for his country. Hermansen, but not quite starting yet for his country. Vardy again coming deep for the ball and sending it out wide right to Faes. 17 minutes to go. We're with Hermansen in the Leicester 18-yard box. Vestergaard on the edge of the box himself. Plays it out to the left to Justin. Driving away from Markande, who will follow him, but Justin will play a ball down the left-hand side for McAteer, taking it in his stride really nicely and pulls up with the hamstring. Oh, it's absolutely devastating for Casey McAteer. He was played in behind with a nice ball to James Justin. And as he's charging down the left side, entering the box, he was there. He had the ball. It's not like he'd lost it or anything. He'd got there ahead of Callum Britton. and he'd just gone through and pulled up with a hamstring. It's devastating. He's just come on not too long ago off the bench, the 21-year-old. He's scored 5 goals so far this season in all competitions in the 8 previous games. He's got 4 in 7 now in the Championship. He's really started having his breakout season, Casey McAteer. But as he was charging in the box down the left-hand side, he pulls up with a hamstring injury. Maybe due to the fact that he didn't have a good enough warm-up before coming on. Casey McAteer, I'm not too sure, but it really is playing. I mentioned before, he's playing League 2 football on loan last year, Casey McAteer. He's now come in under Enzo Maresca and has been absolutely superb, scoring 4 Championship goals so far, 5 in all competitions, but he's pulled up there in the Blackburn box. And that is going to be that for Casey McAteer, who's going to be exiting the field after coming on as a substitute. Didn't come on too long ago. He's able to have lasted just under 20 minutes. About 18 minutes he's played, Casey McAteer. But he's come off. Right hamstring has been pulled. So there's going to be 2 changes. Casey McAteer is going to be coming off, and Jamie Vardy, the current winner of the game. So McAteer and Vardy off for Kelechi Iheanacho. He will be coming on. Got the 1 goal so far in the Championship against Norwich in their 2-0 away win a couple of games ago. He also scored against Burton in the first round of the League Cup. And the other player coming on will be Cesare Cassidy from Chelsea on loan. Only 1 start for Cassidy so far. Came against Norwich in their 2-0 away win. Did score on his debut against Cardiff at home. 92nd minute winner. Signed for Chelsea from Inter Milan for £15 million. He's been on 2 loan spells now. Spent the second half of last season on loan at Reading, Cassidy. Scoring once in 15 Championship games. One of them, the goal he scored, did come against Blackburn as well. Has made 2 starts in the League Cup as well. Cassidy against Tranmere and Liverpool. But we're back underway. Very unfortunate for McAteer, who comes off with a pulled hamstring, but Blackburn, there'll be a lot of time added on as well, because Ainsley Pears spent a lot of time getting treatment, who came off, the Blackburn goalkeeper. Now McAteer is Callum Britton. He's got skill, the right back. Getting away from a couple of Leicester players on the edge of his box and getting it out to the left to Moran. Forward and down the line. Great ball. Tyrese Dolan will get there. He'll keep it in. Final third, charges into the box. Plays it across. Travis. Chance. Saved. Smodics. Blocked. And Markande helps it back in with a header. Headed away by Justin. It's Callum Britton who helps it forward towards Smodics. It's intercepted by James Justin in the Leicester box, and it's cleared by Vestergaard up towards Iheanacho. Loses out to Carter. Forward to Markande and then back to Wharton. It's still alive for Blackburn. Great save from Hermansen on the Travis shot. It's now Moran. Shifts it away from Winks. Brought down by Dewsbury Hall. No foul given. It's now played forward to Iheanacho. Trying to get it around the corner and in behind, but it's blocked by Carter. And it'll be a throw in for Leicester midway inside their own half here. Great ball from Tyrese Dolan, charging inside, playing an early ball across to Travis, touch away from Justin, and on the penalty spot he struck towards the bottom right corner. It was well saved by Smodics, and then well saved by Hermansen on Travis, and then Smodics had a strike which was blocked as well, and then it was eventually cleared. Cassidy helps it on for Leicester. 1-2 with Iheanacho on halfway. Cassidy, the number 7 for Leicester, keeping the ball moving, but just away from James Justin. And it's the throw for Blackburn inside the Leicester half. Given away by the Italian international. Throwing forward by Travis as Moran's been shoved to the ground by Vestergaard, and he sees it out for a goal kick for Leicester. Good defending by the 6'6" Dane. But Cesare Cassidy, who's on loan from Chelsea. Spent 4 years at Inter Milan. It's a long ball forward towards Akgun. Is blocked by Blackburn, but it drops to Iheanacho, who wants to shoot from afar. He's tackled and it falls to Akgun. Justin Gun again on the left for Leicester, midway inside the Blackburn half. He's just relaxing the play, playing it back towards halfway to Winks, who gets it forward to Iheanacho. Out to the left to Atgun. He's got Cassidy overlapping on his left. He's going to take a shot on in the box instead. It's blocked and it loops into the sky on the edge of the 18-yard box. It's allowed to bounce multiple times, brought down by Ndidi. Still has it, Ndidi. Tackled in the end, and it can be cleared by Callum Britton, but Markande was tripped there from behind. So it'll be a Blackburn throw-in. Blackburn free kick, sorry. Second half stats do show that Leicester only had one shot. It wasn't on target. Blackburn have had 5 and 1 on target, which was saved just before there by Hermansen. It was good from Travis to shift it onto his right foot away from Justin, and exactly on the penalty spot, he tried to curl it out to the right. Didn't really disguise the shot, and it wasn't exactly in the corner, so it could be saved by Hermansen. As Blackburn play out from the back, Dominic Hyam, ball forward to Pickering. Inside he goes here now to Callum Britton, who's come inside from right back in a holding midfield role really here, Callum Britton. And he gets it out wide left again to Pickering. Actually, it's Andy Moran who's picked it up here on the left side. Then he'll play an over-the-top ball down the left, looking for Pickering, overhit. Kept in, though, with a header, but it's only gone as far as Chowdhury, who heads away to halfway for Blackburn. Heavy touch by Wharton. He gives it to Dewsbury Hall. Chance on. Orange shirts piling forward. Plays out to the left to Atgun. Gets it across towards Iheanacho. It's a deflected tackle for a corner. Adam Wharton, who gave it away, made sure he got back in there to clear that cross. Dewsbury Hall, good way to pass to get it into the path of Atgun in the box on the left. Aimed towards Iheanacho, 8 yards out from goal. Adam Wharton got there ahead of him and cleared it out for a corner. And here he is to take it. Yunus Atgun, on loan from Galatasaray for the season. Making his 4th appearance for Leicester in the Championship, yet to score this season. In it goes towards the near post. It's cleared by Callum Britton, but there's a penalty for Leicester. It was Yannick Vestergaard who ended up on the deck when that was taken. It was cleared by Callum Britton, but Vestergaard went down. Let's have a look here. Vestergaard charged towards the near post. His shirt was being held by Hayden Carter. And the penalty kick's been given for Leicester. Yeah. Dragged him to the ground. Had a good hold of his shirt there, Hayden Carter. And it's a penalty kick for the Foxes. It was so calmly dealt with by Callum Britton at the near post. No Leicester man was near him, but as Vestergaard was charging towards the near post, he was pulled to the ground there by Hayden Carter. Such a cheap penalty to give away. And it's now Iheanacho on it to take. He's only got 1 goal so far, and it came against Norwich a couple of games ago away from home. That was from the penalty spot. He's got a chance to double his account for the season. Iheanacho, top left corner, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And that surely is the 3 points wrapped up for Leicester. 3 goals, 3 points. Leicester go to the top of the table. Such a cheap penalty to give away because Blackburn have been the much better side. Yes, they've lacked chances created, but they've definitely been better on the ball, getting forward. And Leicester have just soaked the pressure up. And they've been given a nice little lifeline by the referee with a penalty kick. Vestergaard pulled down at the near post by Carter. Iheanacho dispatches the penalty from 12 yards. It's his 2nd of the season, both from the spot. And it's Blackburn 1, Leicester 3, and it looks like Enzo Maresca is going to be sending his side to the top of the Championship table. So frustrating if you're John Dahl Thomason, the Blackburn head coach, when you've dominated so much of this second half and not really created enough to get the equaliser, and then you take away all chances of getting back in it after giving away such a sloppy penalty from a corner. 2 goals of Leicester's have come from corners. The first one to make it 1-0 was a short corner put into the back post, which was headed home by Wout Faes, and then from that corner there for Leicester, they gave a penalty away, Blackburn. As there'll be a double change for Blackburn. Markande and Wharton off for Tronstad, the central midfielder, and Telolovic has come on. Semir Telolovic, number 33, the 23-year-old, signed for an undisclosed fee from Borussia Mönchengladbach. All 4 now of his Championship appearances. Telolovic has come from off the bench, and he's off the bench again tonight. Well, today, not tonight. It's only 20 to 2 in England. As Hermansen clears forward for Leicester, right into the Blackburn half. It's headed won by Hyam towards halfway. Brought down by Andy Moran. He's got talent the youngster from Brighton. Tries to send it out to the right to Smodics. Header won by Justin midway inside his own half. Now on halfway line is Akgun, who is the furthest left here for Leicester, and he goes back to James Justin just to relax possession here for the Foxes. It's back with their goalkeeper in the 18-yard box, Hermansen, who will be keeping a third clean sheet of the season in the Championship, but he's been good when called upon for the majority of the game as he sends it down the right-hand side, headed on, and it's kept in here for Iheanacho by Dewsbury Hall. In the final third, he wins the throw-in. Really well done there by Iheanacho, keeping the ball in and inviting the challenge. Off the bench, Iheanacho, who wasn't on for too long, but got himself on the score sheet. It looks like it's going to be 5 wins from 5 away games in the league for Leicester. 24 points from possible 27 as Enzo Maresca is currently in conversation with his assistant, Willy Caballero. And there on the bench is Connor Cody, who will more than likely get minutes in the next game, as Yannick Vestergaard is suspended due to picking up 5 yellow cards, as Iheanacho fouls Harry Pickering towards the corner flag there, as the throw-in didn't quite work in the favour of Leicester City. As we've played 85 minutes now. It's 3-1 to Leicester. Blackburn haven't been bad, but they haven't created enough. Andy Moran takes it on the turn. What a ball forward to the youngster, who works it out wide right to Smodics. He's got Dolan making a run ahead of him on the right side. Uses it as a decoy, then chips it out to the left and to the back post where no one's there for Blackburn. Travis will give chase, but Chowdhury will get there first. Plays a ball down the line for Dewsbury Hall, and Pickering runs out of pitch. And there'll be a throw-in for Leicester midway inside their own half. Well defended there by Leicester. Not a great ball, though, from Smodics. Here's Chowdhury, who's got the captain's armband. As I mentioned before, signed a new 4-year contract in the week. The Leicester-born midfielder. It's now with Hermansen in the 6-yard box. Keeps the ball moving in the 18-yard box to Yannick Vestergaard. It's now with Justin. Back to Hermansen. Really seeing out the game well. Leicester City. Not an easy place to come to, Ewood Park. It's Callum Britton. Takes it away for Blackburn, but he's dispossessed by Winks. Midway inside the Leicester half. Winks to the right to Akgun. Gets the return to Winks as play continues. Winks forward to Ndidi. Tries to get it out wide to the right-hand side, but he's been forced back to Hermansen. As now Chowdhury will receive it on the 18-yard box line. Gets it to the left to Vestergaard. And then the ball forward. Apologies. To Iheanacho, then forward to Ndidi on halfway. Back into the Leicester half with Winks. And then a ball forward beyond the halfway line to Iheanacho, holding it up against Hayden Carter. And then feeding it out to the right to Ndidi. Poor touch, allows the challenge from Hyam. It's now Dolan inside to Tronstad, the substitute. Forward into Travis. Bearing down at goal now. He gets out to the left of Dolan. 1-on-1 with Chowdhury. Dolan can't get beyond Hamza Chowdhury. And it's kicked off of the Leicester captain. And it'll be a throw-in for Blackburn Rovers. Thanks to everyone who has stuck around and has listened to this live commentary of Blackburn against Leicester City. As we're going to get another change here for Blackburn. It's going to be Harry Pickering to come off. He seems to have worked as hard as he can. He'd previously played 7 full 90 minutes in his previous 8 championship appearances this season, but he's not been able to play the full 90 today. So it'll be Rankin Costello to replace him. So Callum Britton will come out to the left-hand side to play left-back, because he can play both sides, Callum Britton. And it'll be Rankin Costello on the right. As Andy Moran loses it in the Leicester half. And it's now worked out to the left to Akgun for Leicester. Dewsbury Hall's up there with him in the box. He feeds it to him. He'll get there ahead of the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. It's Dewsbury Hall's first goal since his double to start the season in Game 1 against Coventry. It's a really well-weighted ball in behind by Akgun to find Dewsbury Hall in the box. And on the angle on the left side, he just dinks it over the goalkeeper, Waldstead, who's been brought into the game off the bench after Blackburn's number 1, Ainsley Pears, came off with an injury. Ball in behind Carter, on the angle, just outside the 6-yard box. He delicately dinks it with the left boot beyond the charging goalkeeper into the bottom right corner. And as we are close to reaching the 90th minute, it's Blackburn 1, Leicester 4. It's probably a scoreline that doesn't look too fair on Blackburn. It's probably not been a 4-1 game, but the one thing you can take away from this game is Leicester are nothing but clinical. When they get chances, they take them. And it's 4-1. It's not a 4-1 game for me. I don't think Blackburn have been that bad to lose the game 4-1. But as I've just mentioned, when you come up against a team that are so clinical like Leicester City, they will punish you. It's it is 4 shots on target for Leicester City and 4 goals, which I think tells you the story. Blackburn haven't been bad at all. Yes, they've lacked chances, but they've had 14 shots, 4 on target, 47% possession. They've not been horrifically bad, but the 4-1 scoreline doesn't help their case at all. And it's going to be Leicester to travel back with the 3 points. It's been a 5-hour round trip for those travelling supporters, and they're going to be enjoying their travel home back to the Midlands. Indeed, he travels down the right-hand side, invites the tackle from Callum Britton, and there'll be a throw midway inside the Blackburn half for Leicester. 4-1, 5 wins out of 5 to start the season away from home. 8 wins and a loss to start the season as well. They've now scored 18 goals so far. They're averaging 2 goals a game so far, Leicester City. There's 9 minutes will be added on as as a Blackburn supporter behind the 4th official. He wasn't very happy with the 9 minutes added on due to the fact that his team's already getting beat 4-1. 9 minutes added on. We've had 2 big injuries though. Casey McAteer came off of a pulled hamstring and the Blackburn goalkeeper came off of a foot injury. So both of those injuries did take up a bit of time. So it is a rightly given 9 minutes despite the game being 4-1. As Leicester now have it. Winks driving forward. He crosses the halfway line. He's got Akgun to the left. He's got Cassidy just ahead of him. He'll go to Akgun on the left, who's just provided an assist for Dewsbury Hall. He feeds it back into Winks in the left wing position. He keeps it in towards the corner flag, tackled strongly by Travis. And it's Travis and Winks just coming together there. And there'll be a throw in for Blackburn. Just a little bit of nothing there between the 2 central midfielders there for Blackburn and Leicester, Winks and Travis. Probably just a bit of frustration there for Travis, the Blackburn captain, as it's going to be 5 losses in their opening 9 in the league for Blackburn. They are currently 18th, I believe. Yep, still 18th, and have a -7 goal difference as well, which isn't a good look for Blackburn Rovers. They've scored 13 goals, but they've now conceded 20 already. They are conceding over 2 goals a game already. As we played a minute and a half of the 9 added on. It's with Waldstedt in the Blackburn goal. Into his 18-yard box, he plays to the right centre-back Carter. Forward to Rankin Costello, who's come on for the last 10 from right back. Plays it forward to Telalovic, signed from Mönchengladbach on an undisclosed fee from Germany. Out to the left of Tyrese Dolan. In the final third on the left-hand side, he's got Callum Britton overlapping. Shifts it onto his right foot, which is his stronger foot. He's been chased away by Chowdhury, but he keeps it alive with Travis. 30 yards away from goal, plays it forward to the edge of the box of Moran. Britton tries to slip it through towards Smodics in the box. It's deflected and out for a corner. Despite being 4-1, I've been really impressed with Callum Britton, who's played left-back and right-back today. Definitely got a bit of skill on the ball, the full-back. It's been taken short, through towards Tronstad, tries to pull back. Indeed, it tackles him and runs it out of play. Surely for a corner. No, goal kick. Indeed, he kept it in on the byline there and clears it off of Tronstad for a goal kick for his side. Well won by the Nigerian there, Wilfred Ndidi, who assisted today for the Vardy goal to make it 2-1. Being given a more advanced position under Enzo Maresca as it's Harry Winks, the midfielder, to sit more deeper and to play with the right back. Because when they usually start with Ricardo Pereira, he drifts in as a midfielder, so they have 3 at the back with Justin, Vestergaard and Fass, and then Pereira and Winks kind of plays 2 holding midfielders, which allows Dewsbury Hall and Ndidi to get further forward to help support the likes of Vardy and the 2 wingers, whoever they may be. It's with Hermansen in the 18-yard box for Leicester. It's a big clearance again. And ever since they conceded the goal, Leicester, in the 9th minute to Smodics, after losing the ball in the box, playing out from the back, 90% of the goal kicks or playing out from the back, they've just gone long. Just to avoid conceding another goal like that. And that's exactly what's happened. They've not conceded from it. As it's now with Dewsbury Hall. Through the gap. Akgun to return the favour. Can he score? Lays it off. Cassidy with a shot. It's blocked on the penalty spot and can be brought away here by Callum Britton. He'll fall to Tyrese Dolan, who's twisting and turning and rouletting and can't get away from Ndidi. But he's helped by Travis, so then the ball has been moved away from the Leicester man. It's now a Callum Britton getting away on the left-hand side here. Lays it off to Andy Moran. Ball inside to Britton. Inside once more to Tronstad, about 30 yards away from goal. Works out to the right-hand side here. It's a nice curling ball here to Smodics. Forward in the box here to Travis. That's just to Rankin Costello. Forced out of the box and goes back instead to Tronstad. Back towards Rankin Costello. Completes a 1-2. He's then pushed off the ball well too easily there by Cassidy. It's now Leicester back in possession in their defensive third. It's with left back Justin. He's been tackled fairly there by Smodics. And it'll be a throw-in for Leicester to take. Just under 5 minutes to go here at Ewood Park. John Dial Thomason, the Blackburn head coach, looks on in a very disappointing way. It is now 3 losses in a row in the Championship. It's the 3rd time during his time at Blackburn that's occurred. They lost 3 in a row in December of last year, and then they lost 3 in a row in between March and April of this year. So they do often go on these little runs where they fall to 3 defeats in a row, and it's not healthy for their push for playoffs, and it's a really hard push for playoffs now when they currently sit 18th in the league. -7 goal difference, 5 losses, and only the 3 wins so far. 2 of them have come at home to West Brom in the opening game of the season, and then Middlesbrough, and then also winning against Watford away, 1-0. But Leicester have just been too good. Chowdhury slips as he plays the ball through down the line, down the right-hand side for Ndidi, and he'll find him. It's a great ball despite he slipped. And Ndidi will take it to the corner flag here, and it's been poked behind from Britton. Oh, Ndidi just shoved the linesman there. I think just a little bit of a reaction, but nothing done. Very apologetic there, Ndidi, as no free kick's been given. Indeed, he's got it now. Dewsbury Hall in the box, touches it away from Travis, but he's tackled by the midfielder. And the Travis keeps it in. And Blackburn play from the back there. Indeed, he definitely got away with that little shove on the linesman. Not happy with the decision he gave to give Blackburn the throw-in. But indeed, he was very quick to apologise to the linesman on the far side. So I don't think anything will be done with that. I think it was just an instinct reaction of frustration, really. I don't think it was malicious, like he wanted to push him over or anything. As it's Smodics in a right-back area for Blackburn. He goes back and across to the left centre-half, Hyam. He will find Britton, the left-back, who's charging forward towards halfway. It passes halfway with a pass to Moran, who likes to drift to the left, the attacking midfielder. Just plays a simple ball back to Britton on halfway. Forward to Tronstad. Out to Moran again, furthest left for Blackburn. He's got everything to his right. He goes inside to Travis. He goes for an audacious switch out to the right-hand side towards Rankin Costello, who does nod it down to Telelovic. Keeps it alive here. Dolan forward. Rankin Costello on the edge. Left-footed shots, and you can tell it's his weak foot there. Always rising over the crossbar there by Joe Rankin Costello. Stockport-born fullback. Signed a new contract in July of this year. New 4-year deal. Sending that one over the crossbar. Yet to score this season, Rankin Costello, and the wait will continue as Blackburn try and press high, but they're going to just let Leicester come out from the back with the ball from the goal kick. Hermansen dribbling forward to the edge of his 18-yard box. He will then eventually be pressed here by Moran. So he'll just shift it to his left to Vestergaard. Leicester's next 3, they've got Preston in the week at home, and then Stoke at home in next weekend, and then Swansea away after the international break. So some decent looking fixtures, really. I mean, Preston's a difficult one, they're 3rd place, but they'll definitely fancy it against Stoke and Swansea. And for Blackburn, they've got Coventry away in the week, then QPR away, and then Cardiff at home. So 3 pretty difficult games. They might fancy QPR away, but Coventry and Cardiff will not be easy. As Leicester just play out from the back. We've got a minute to go with the 9 added on. It's Blackburn 1, Leicester 4. 4 separate goal scorers for Leicester. Started with Fass, doubled by Vardy, put 3 ahead by Iheanacho, and then the 4th was scored by Dewsbury Hall. And Blackburn did equalise quickly to make it 1-1 in the 9th minute, but they just haven't created enough dangerous chances to stay up and stay level with this Leicester side. Leicester have had 4 shots on target and they've scored all 4 of those shots. They still play out from the back. Indeed, he shifts it out to the right on halfway with Dewsbury Hall, who did score the 4th for Leicester City, assisted by Yunus Akgun. It's now forward to Wout Faes. He's been pressured here by Tyrese Dolan. He's been pulled back by the Blackburn winger. And it'll be a free kick for Leicester midway inside their own half here. And it looks like we'll get the whistle very, very shortly here. 5 seconds left to play. Wout Faes plays it back to Hermansen. And the referee will blow the full-time whistle at Ewood Park. As there's a handshake there by John Dahl Thomason and Enzo Maresca. It's Maresca to be the happier of the two. The Leicester manager leads his side to 5 wins in 5 away from home in the league to start the season. They are 8 wins from 9. They are top of the table, 24 points from a possible 27. And there's going to be a lot of question marks aimed towards Blackburn Rovers. They have now started the season with 5 losses in their opening 9. They sit 18th with -7 goal difference. They've conceded 4 at home today. 3 losses in a row now in the Championship as well for Blackburn Rovers, which isn't a pretty sight as well for their home supporters. They've lost to Leicester, conceding 4. They lost last week, conceding 4 to Ipswich. They lost the week before that at home, conceding 3 to Sunderland. They have just simply conceded too many goals in the last 3 Championship games. They've conceded 11 in their last 3 Championship games. 3 losses in a row. They slumped to 18th. And something needs to change. Results need to turn. But for now, they go into their midweek game away at Coventry, needing a positive result. But in that second half, until that Leicester third, Blackburn were having more of the ball. They were looking the more dangerous side if there was going to be a goal. But literally, the most stupid of penalty kicks were given away. So just to go through a quick run of the game, we started with a 4th-minute goal, 3.5 minutes in, through Wout Faes heading home a corner, which was crossed in after a short ball by Fatawu. And then Szmodics, 5 minutes later, equalised for Blackburn after Harry Winks was dispossessed off the ball in the 18-yard box, and Szmodics put it home for his 6th of the season, already bettering his total goal scoring for last season's campaign. Vardy, 28 minutes in, superbly put the ball into the roof of the net after being fed in the box by Ndidi with a good cross from the right-hand side. And then for the second half, it was mainly Blackburn with the ball, trying to break through the strong, stern Leicester defence. But in the 80th minute, Hayden Carter pulled down Yannick Vestergaard in the box, and it gave away a penalty, and it put Leicester 3-1 up, 2 goals in the lead, too far away for Blackburn to get back in touch with any sort of comeback. And it was put to bed in the 88th minute. Dewsbury Hall fed in behind into the box by Akgun, and on the angle, just outside the 6-yard box, he dinks it over the on-rushing Blackburn goalkeeper to put it ahead. 4-1. Leicester, 4 shots on target, 4 goals, and it's a 4-1 victory away from home at Blackburn Rovers. Thank you to everyone who has watched the live stream. Thanks to everyone who has liked as well. 11 likes, great to see. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, make sure you do. The next commentary is going to be Newcastle welcoming PSG on Wednesday night in the Champions League. Then we're having an 18-day break on the channel, and I'll be returning on the 22nd of October for AC Milan against Juventus. So make sure you're there on Wednesday night, Newcastle PSG, for the last commentary before the little break we're going to have on this channel. But from Ewood Park, it has ended Blackburn 1, Leicester 4. It's 4 great goals from Leicester. Clinical. Foxes are in the box, scoring the goals. And at Ewood Park, it ends Blackburn 1, Leicester City 4.